Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you news. Now, I want to set up and say this before I get directly started in the story. At no point in time do I ever wish things like this to happen on people that I have a disagreement with. Because, like I said, words are words at the end of the day. People can have, their side of their viewpoints, and people can come together and use words to clearly go back and forth, try to find a middle ground, or however it is that it normally, works, debates and all this other type of stuff. But stuff like this is directly uncalled for and should never be happening at all, right? And the interesting part is that in a previous live stream, I had a conversation dealing with some of this here. So let's just go over this. It says Trump ally Charlie Kirk was shot during an event at Utah University. Charlie Kirk, the powerful right wing activist, Trump's ally and executive director of Turning Point USA, has been shot on Wednesday while hosting an event in Utah. In a video posted circulating on social media, Kirk was seen getting struck while speaking and sitting beneath a tent in Utah University, Valley University courtyard. Kirk was there as part of the American Comeback Tour, which is hosted by TPUSA chapter in Utah Valley. There's also video footage of students on campus running away from the sounds of gunshots. The TPUSA press team confirmed to Fox News that Kirk had been shot, but his condition was unknown. Mike Lee, a Utah senator, posted on X shortly after reports broke that Kirk had been shot to say that he is, quote, tracking the situation at Utah Valley University closely. Please join me in praying for Charlie Kirk and the students gathered there. Ashley Moody, another Utah senator, also posted to X stating that, quote, her office is monitoring the situation at Utah University. Quote, I pray for Charlie Kirk, the students, and the nation. A spokesperson with Utah Valley University police confirmed to The Guardian that the shots were fired on campus. JD Vance, the vice president, tweeted, quote, say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, a genuinely good guy and a good father. Those sentiments were echoed by the Secretary of Defense, PD Hegseth. Prayers for Charlie Kirk, an incredible Christian, American, and human being. May the healing hand of Jesus Christ be upon him. The FBI director, Kash Patel, stated that the FBI is, quote, closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah University. Agents will be on scene quickly, and the FBI stand in full support of the ongoing response in the investigation. The shooting was quickly condemned by the California governor, Gavin Newsom, who said, quote, the attack on Charlie Kirk was disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. Shortly before shots rang out, Kirk tweeted, we are so back. Utah Valley University is fired up and ready for the first stop back on America Comeback Tour. So that's pretty much at this moment all we have at the moment. But the other thing that we have at this current moment in time is the individual, supposedly who did it, was the only person that I actually seen arrested, who looks like this, right? This is the only person that they have videos of that I have seen so far that was arrested. An white male, elderly white male. Um, And I initially, like I said before, when I first seen the video, I thought, maybe somebody took a screen cap of, Charlie Kirk making fun of somebody, right? And as soon as I pressed play on the video, you would have thought it was something out of a video game. I'm like, oh, that's real. I'm like, yeah, he got hit directly in the neck. So I am not sure what condition that he is in at this moment in time. They did airlift the guy directly, to the hospital and everything like that. Like I said, I have my disagreements with a lot of people's opinions and points. I really do. I really do every single day. But to go to this extent because you dislike somebody is crazy. And to anybody white that is listening to my voice at this moment in time, I kid you not, just yesterday, I simply said to y'all that at the end of the day, for y'all to be in all of these white areas with all of these weapons and you're protecting yourselves because you're afraid of black people, y'all ain't afraid of us realistically. That's just a scapegoat. Y'all protecting yourselves from yourselves because you don't know how to just be by yourself. You don't know how to just simply disagree. How many times have we already seen people that look just like this make attempts on Republicans? Like I said before, this don't got nothing to do with race because there ain't nobody black here that did this. And this is the umpteenth time. Like I said, didn't we just have this happen when it dealt with Trump? People sitting up there trying to do this, that, and the third. Didn't we already have this before? Right? And now you got somebody else that's a part of the exact same community going after one of their own in their community because they disagree. They have a disagreement politically, maybe even religiously. Like I said, like, yo, at the end of the day, for the white folks out there, y'all got to figure yourselves out, dog. When I sat up there and told y'all that if a civil war happens, if the breakdown of this country happens, it's not going to be because of Korea, because of China, because of Russia, because of anybody else. It's going to be because of y'all. Because y'all cannot simply just sit down and have a conversation. Y'all are too irrational. I'm talking about on both sides. Y'all are too irrational. The moment of time that you feel that somebody is not going to come to your side and agree with you or side with you, you automatically turn directly to violence, and especially against your own people. That's crazy to me. That is diabolical. Charlie Kirk sitting up, and like I said, it's crazy that like I said, I have to, in a sense, and this is going to come across like I am severely defending Charlie Kirk and everything that he stated. I'm defending to the point of human life. I'm defending to the point of human life because, like I said, I can have disagreements, but I would never sit up there and go this far. I wouldn't. I would not. Like this makes no sense. The dude literally is going out there talking to people, having an open forum. Anybody can come there and disagree and argue and debate. Has an open forum every single time. I sat there and literally watched these things. He's even showed up on podcasts. And you mean to tell me instead of being able to formulate a logical point, some type of stance, even grasp at straws, you're like, man, I ain't about to argue with Charlie Kirk. I'm just going to do this. Huh? That don't even make sense. That makes no sense. And now the only thing that you just did is you made every single thing that Charlie Kirk and every other white conservative has stated about white men being under attack and this, that. You'd have made that 1,000% true. You'd have now made and show the world that those words are now reality, being a dummy. But like I said before, it didn't come from the hands. The main thing I want to point out to people is that it didn't come from the hands of a black man like all of y'all like to sit up there and narrate and say. For all of you conservatives, for all of you white right wingers directly out there, it didn't come from the hands of black men. It didn't come from the hands of the black community of black people because y'all like to sit up there and say that we hate y'all so much, that we don't like y'all, that we are the utmost racist. Y'all don't like yourselves. This is what you do to yourselves in your own communities. This is in Utah. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me look up the demographics of Utah real quick. Just so I can be clear. Just so that I can be clear myself. Because, I don't want to take no missteps. Right? Let's see. Because I like to sit up there and see some numbers. So ethnicity-wise, Utah is 88.6% white or European, 2.8% Asian American, 1.8% American Indian, and Alaskan Native, and 1.6% African American. So in pretty much a majority white place, this is what took place? Huh? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody got to explain it. Anybody white sitting in the background listening to my voice right now, I need you to explain how that is possible. That's all I'm looking for. But then we got some other ones that says that it's basically 75%, but that was from a census from 2020. But all I'm saying is that the black population is pretty much what they got it at 1.1 or 1.2%. So I'm just trying to figure out, in a majority white area, how is it possible where this is supposed to be the safest place for y'all to be, white folks, Utah? It's pretty much nobody else there, realistically. This is supposed to be the safest place for y'all. Y'all really don't got no black people. And even if they are there, they're sprinkled in there just barely. Y'all are the majority, and I know y'all got guns up there. How does something like this happen in your community when y'all consistently say that you are in fear of your lives because of black people in the black community, how much black people basically hate you and all this other type? How does this happen in your community by somebody that is of your community? How does that happen? How does that happen? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Dog, what are you talking about? I'm part of the problem. This guy right here is the one that was arrested. There was everybody else ran from the scene because they heard the gunshots when Charlie Kirk got hit directly in the neck. This was the person, this was the only person that was listed as a suspect that was put in handcuffs. I don't see nobody black. So how are you sitting up there saying that I'm part of the problem? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all can't even stay focused. Like, this is reality right here. This literally just happened. And you still trying to blame a black man? Oh, you're part of the dog. Y'all so man, dog. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus. That's not what are you talking about? So how did I prove white hate? If there's even a such thing, I need you to prove to me, right? What is this, Nick Kirby? Mods, don't pack him up. Don't pack him up. Leave him here. I want this to be an example to everybody here. Nick Kirby, 100% prove to me right now that I have white hate and that I preach white hate. Let me know. Show me. Give me some proof. Show me some proof. Give me something. Give me something. I'm looking for 100% proof and evidence of what it is that you're trying to leverage right now. Let me know. Show me something. Show me something. We got another one back here talking about, why are you talking about race? Because whenever conservatives happen to talk about crime, when they want to talk about murders, when they want to talk about the things that are going on, quote unquote, in the Democrat-run cities or even in non-Democrat-run cities, they bring up race and demographics. They always talk about a certain demographic has a propensity for murder, has a propensity for crime, has a propensity for robbing, has a propensity for stealing, has a propensity for trying to burn down cities. And like I said before, let's not play these games. Let's not get stupid. Let's not get stupid. Somebody said, too bad you don't know your father. I actually met my father when I was 18, so you can try again. You can try again, though. I went over there in a live stream. You talking about race bait much? Nah, like I said, I didn't watch a lot of conservative platforms, and I done seen the way the conservatives talk. Nah. Like I said, it just seems that people don't want to be honest. You still didn't give me any proof. You still didn't give me no proof. Like, that's crazy. Like, the amount of deflecting that y'all doing in this comment section. Like, this is the case in point for any of the white men that's basically here, and y'all just don't want to look at the fact that one of your own in your own community did this. This is in Utah. Y'all supposed to be straight, just like safe in Utah. There's really, as y'all say, no blacks directly out there, right? If anything does happen, y'all going to take care of it because y'all got all the weapons directly out there, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, how does something like this happen? That's all I'm saying. This is one of your own people. Y'all can always explain and give a dissertation on, quote unquote, as you like to call it, black on black crime in black communities. even though there's no such thing as black on black crime. There's crime within proximity, right? This white man is in proximity to another white man, Charlie Kirk. Crime was committed, right? That's normally how that works. Crime within proximity, because there's no such thing as white on white crime, right? But like I said before, even with this image being shown, even with this story being directly out here of Charlie Kirk, y'all always turn around and y'all like, well, that was just only one crazy person. How are you going to generalize all just like one demographic? Do we have to look at the history of wars? Do we have to look at the history of school shootings that have been the mass ones that have been happening directly out here in the faces of those individuals? Like, what are we talking about? The malls, Las Vegas? Like, what are we talking? Like, dog, y'all can't stay on topic for nothing. That is crazy. And to everybody else out here that's been on this platform long enough, look at this, look at this. Look. This is what we talking about. Magically, I hate white people. How? How? That's some crazy work. That's some diabolical work. And the craziest part is the thing I love about these comments here is initially, even in the first entrance of me speaking directly on this topic, and after going over the story, I clearly stated that no matter what disagreements that I have with another person, I would never agree or go to this extent. I would never agree and go to this extent, but yet you got white boys pulling directly up to the scene trying to say that I, as a black American male, hate white people. Nah. If I actually, if realistically, if that was the case, I wouldn't even be reporting on this. If that was the case, I would be making fun of this. If that was the case, I'd be trying to make a comedic spectacle out of this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about this with the utmost urgency and with the utmost seriousness. Y'all the main clowns pulling up to the scene that's not even serious about this whole topic or the situation that literally just happened. Just happened. You can't even face the fact that the worst threat in the United States is you. No matter how much you want to try to pivot, no matter how much you want to try to ghost walk, no matter how much you want to try to pussyfoot around and beat around the bush on this topic, y'all are the most dangerous souls directly in this nation. You are going to lead and be the downfall of this nation. This is just one of many pieces of proof directly out here. And y'all got the utmost access to weapons. This is why things like this keep happening. Like, this is crazy. That is diabolical. I don't even know what, I'm not even sure if that's even English. Like, what does that even mean? Uh-oh, I love these comments. Somebody said a dumb black guy thinking an assassination means that the area is not safe from crime. Nice correlation. No, I never said that. But what I've noticed from the Republican talking points is that you guys have stated that, hey, if we got an area by ourselves, we don't have to worry about no crime because we're not the ones that commit crime. It's everybody else that doesn't look like us that commit these crimes. I done heard this from a variety of conservative talking points. It don't matter if it's like Ben Shapiro. It don't matter if it's Charlie Kirk. It doesn't matter if it's on Fox News somewhere. Whoever, and whenever they basically said it throughout these 10 years, I done heard it consistently time and time again. And even if it's not these conservative talking heads directly out there, I done heard normal, everyday, conservative white folks say the exact same things. You ain't never sit up there and hear me say that y'all areas is supposed to be safe, but that's what y'all allude to every single time when y'all say that, oh, if we get an injection of blacks here, oh, the crime is going to rise. Oh, the property value is going down. Up, the murder rates is going to go up. Up, the shootings is going to go up. Up, it's not going to be safe for our kids. That's what y'all allude to every single time. But y'all like to play these word games, and y'all want to pull back the moment in time that people start inching an inch closer and be like, yo, this is at your front door. Hey, you might want to do something about this. This don't got nothing to do with black people. Hey, you said this was going to sit up there and be safer. Hey, you said that we were the causation of this, that, and the moment in time that now stuff is really starting to look directly towards you and you can't run from it, you still find a way to sit up there and run from it. Still, somehow, some way, you find and make a scapegoat. Like I said, that's crazy to me. That is crazy. Where is that clip? Let me go back to that clip from one of y'all other guys directly out here who said that your people directly out here are getting treated so horrible. And I played that clip just like it's crazy how I talked about this yesterday, and here we are right now. Crazy how we talked about this yesterday, and here we are now. And now I'm sitting up there. We got all the trolls. Let me go to the scene right quick. Listen to this. Let's listen to Tucker Carlson and what he basically said of what's happening to white folks. Right?
Yeah, I just feel like it's gotten. I don't know. They've been so tough on whites for so long.
Yes, of course.
So cruel to whites that I think like there's a crazy backlash coming.
Without question.
Yeah, well-deserved backlash.
It's already happening.
Is it?
I think so. And, as...
Charlie Kirk and another conservative are sitting up there saying that white people got it so hard and that people have been treating whites so tough and so difficult for so long, and that there's a backlash coming, but it's not going to be the one that people expect. And the other dude was happening like, yeah, it's already happening. Kirk was like, oh, really? I mean, Tucker was like, oh, really? Like I said, this be y'all directly on these airwaves, talking to your own folks, putting these messages directly out there. I ain't never, like I said, this is the craziest part. I ain't never say I hate white people. But I did sit up there and say that those who placed black people into captivity shall they themselves be placed into that exact same captivity. I did sit up there and say that all of the things that have transpired that you guys as white folks historically in the United States have watched take place and happen to black people, y'all going to inevitably have to suffer those consequences. Y'all going to inevitably go through the exact same things. I am a black man. I'm sitting up here just like y'all watched back in the 1940s of all types of atrocities happening directly to black communities, right? Because a lot of y'all like to say, oh, I'm not racist. Just because, we were there and our families were there doesn't mean that we took part in it. Cool, no problem. As a black man in America, it doesn't mean that I'm racist. I'm able to see and watch these things specifically take place, right? I saw what happened when it dealt with Trump. I see what happens when it's dealing with Charlie Kirk. That doesn't automatically make me racist, but I'm watching this happen and unfold. See how that works? Right? See how I like to be even on a lot of things, right? Y'all want to sit up there and say that y'all not racist, even though y'all were there during that time period and watch, things happen. And we know the majority of the population, the demographics of the people who are doing these things. Like I said, okay, cool, no problem. But yeah, y'all come directly up here and y'all pull up to the scene, and the main thing that y'all want to sit up there and say is that, blacks, you guys are the most racist. Why does this have to be about race? Because this country is obviously founded on race. Like it's within the fabric of the society. It's within the topics, right? It's within a lot of our paperwork that you guys like to say from our forefathers and da 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 and all the other stuff. Race is there. Race is there. Somebody said, does it really matter who the color of the shooter is? I'm treating this exactly the exact same way that y'all normally treat a lot of the shootings that take place, where white people would normally go online and y'all be like, oh, I know it was black. I know it was black. See, we got to sit up there and get them directly, send them back to. I done covered that time and time again. So miss me with the stuff of saying that y'all don't be saying that online. I've been seeing this before I was even doing stuff on social media. So miss me with that. Even back in high school, I saw white folks in the suburbs always mentioning and talking about some stuff about Detroit. And then magically, when the shooter ends up being white, it's dead silent. Y'all don't got nothing to say. Mum is the word. Now it's like y'all just never saw the story at all. Like, miss me with that. Miss me with that. That is crazy. That is diabolical. And here we go with another way to move it. You don't see, for the last 3 to 4 live streams, what do I normally say that white folks say in order to get away from the topic? A trillion people died in 3 seconds in Chicago. Talk about that. It's crazy how y'all do that. It's crazy how y'all talk about areas of which you don't live in and you don't care about. You're some way over in West Hill literally in Montana, but you sitting up there talking about Chicago. You ain't never been to Chicago. You don't even know black people in Chicago. You ain't even never went through those blocks at all. But somehow, some way, when a conversation such as this dealing with Charlie Kirk comes up, y'all go right to black areas. Dog, this is why y'all got an opioid crisis directly through white America. This is exactly why. This is why. This is why, because y'all cannot stay focused. This is why your white kids right now are perishing at the hands of drug dealers who are Caucasian. Where's that white girl at that I just that I gave y'all the image of? Where is she at? Let me find that picture real quick. Where is she at? Now I gotta sit up there and find that image, dog. That's the image of the picture. This girl right here, as reported through, of course, TikTok news, there were two individuals that were, in a sense, arrested for the passing of somebody that OD'd on narcotics that should never have been on the streets. One was black and one was white. Do you know who's still locked up right now and who did not have anything to do with the young autistic white male who lost his life? The black man. He had nothing to do with it. This was the one that literally gave the autistic white boy those illegal narcotics. She's still out here on the streets. White people, she's still out here on the streets. And she done took one of your sons away. But because she doesn't look black, because she's not a black male like this individual here, y'all don't care about that though. As long as the face of the perpetrator of crime looks like this, that's the only time that y'all care. Why can't y'all just be honest? Why can't y'all just sit up there and be honest that the only time realistically y'all care about crime is when a person looks like a black male or identifiably the person looks different and you can 100% tell that they're not white? Why don't y'all just sit up there and be honest? Because like I said before, when the criminal is her, and it is her, because police documents prove it is her. They went through her Snapchat. She was out there prostituting. She was up there buying and selling drugs, wheeling and dealing, and y'all still allowed her out here on these streets to do the exact same thing to your own community. You know how many videos I done sat up there and covered of white kids in all these prestigious colleges selling drugs, being dealers, getting your kids hooked? It ain't nobody from the hood. It ain't nobody from the quote unquote from the ghetto. All this ain't from the mean streets of Detroit and Chicago. Nah. It's your kids that grew up in your communities with two parents, married. Clarence's parents got a real good marriage. Got great cars, big houses, everything. Got everything in the world, but somehow, some way, they opt to be drug dealers in college. In Stanford, Oxford. What? That don't even make any sense. Why would you even need to be a drug dealer when you got money provided for you? That don't make no sense. White people, make that make sense, dog. Why are your kids even, y'all don't even have a story to be out here really doing crimes. Why would one of your little white daughters out here want to be a drug dealer? That don't even make sense. Don't give me no excuse talking about, oh, it's the way she was raised. It was her father, trauma. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Because as y'all commonly say, that's a sign of weakness. Y'all ain't victims. Y'all ain't never been victims. So you can't give me no stories of why your kids are out here selling drugs in your communities, taking the lives and breaking apart your families, putting people in morgues and in graves. Y'all don't want to stay focused on that. You don't even want to fix within your own community. Y'all always want to scapegoat and point directly towards black people as if they're the causation for everything wrong in America, when realistically it's you, and it's always been you. Like, this is crazy to me. Like I said before, never at any point in time have I had a disagreement with somebody that is a conservative or a Republican and try to place this upon them. Nah, that's not even my style. That's not even my style at all. I can have a disagreement and then move on. But when y'all as white folks have a disagreement, it does something to you. The main thing that y'all like to sit up there and say about black people, y'all literally just showed today. that you just can't have a simple conversation or disagreement without it leading to some form of violence. Which also shows the world that everything that y'all been saying about black people, y'all just been projecting because you've been talking about yourselves the whole time. But y'all don't even still, even with the Charlie Kirk situation, you still don't even want to face those facts. Y'all want to roll up to the scene. Y'all want to roll up to the comment section, and y'all want to start talking. Oh, this guy's he's a race baiter. He hates whites. Why does color even matter? This, that, and the third. All this other. Yeah, it matters. It matters 1,000%. Jeffrey said, "Is that the guy that went after Charlie?" Talking about in this image right here. This was the only person that was arrested directly on the scene. And when you go online and you look at all the tweets up there, they say that they have one suspect under arrest. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 2. Up until further notice. Like I said, I love it. Who is y'all? It's a matter of crazy. You know, the beautiful part about this is the thing I love about this comment whenever white folks and many others who are not Black American pull up to the scene and say this. I love how y'all happen to say this, but when it deals with what the media would like to categorize and brand as Black on Black crime, y'all never say the same thing. I have yet to see y'all online talking about, oh, this one Black man committed this crime. It's not indicative of all the Black collective directly out there. This is just one. Nah, y'all start getting on the bandwagon and generalizing. It's like, it's all the blacks. It's all the blacks. Like, this is what they do. We got to keep them away from our neighborhoods, away from our kids. Like, they're drug dealers and pimps and killers. We got to keep them out of the community. We got to arm up. There's a race war coming. White folks, that's the main thing that y'all have always said. You and your peepaws, your meemaws, your sister brothers, your father cousins. That's what all of y'all kept saying for all of these many days, epochs, whatever it is, right? Y'all kept telling people it's a race war coming, race war coming. I can feel it in my bones. Nah, bro, you projecting. The only war that's going to happen realistically is between y'all and y'all community. It's going to be y'all and y'all community. Like I said, a lot of stuff is coming directly to the forefront. How it is that y'all, disagree with one another and y'all want to sit up there and turn to violence. All of that projecting that y'all been doing for so long, all of that facade, the house of cards, smoke and mirrors, all of that is breaking down at this moment in time. And y'all don't know how to deal with it. It's going to be a lot more stuff like this that's going to come out. Y'all ain't going to know how to deal with it. Y'all going to really lose your minds out here. Like I said, y'all are cooked. I'm looking directly at this comment section and the stuff that y'all even writing up in here. Lord have mercy. Y'all are cooked. Y'all are cooked at this moment in time, dog. You are fried. You are 100% fried. And now people sitting up there, now y'all trying to sit, you got people in the comment section trying to write this as like another group did it. Nah, dog, miss me with that, man. Every single time stuff starts to get a little bit too close to the front door, we're going to go to options 2 and 3, alpha and gamma. It can't be specifically us. It's these other groups that basically controls everything. So what you're saying is that now you're a minority. And now you have people that oppress white people. I've never heard of this before. White people, who oppresses you? Let me know that. Because every time I start bringing up stuff, if it's not Black people, y'all go to 2 other groups. If it's not Black people that you can count on to blame, you go to 2 other groups. Why is it that y'all automatically got 3 groups in your back pocket to say that these are the people that oppress white people? How is that even possible? When I look at America, it's white. Who's oppressing? The White House is white. The president of the United States is white. The Republican Party that is currently there, white. So it's like whenever I see the police, bro, they're white. Like I'm the military, white. I'm just trying to figure out the people on the faces of the news. A lot of the times, the people that make the most money, white. So I'm just trying to figure out, dog, like the medical field, white, right? I'm just trying to figure out, how do y'all always have 3 other people out here, 3 other demographics that you want to say are oppressing you? I've never known white people in the history of the United States of America to be oppressed by a specific. Let me know. Let me know. Maybe I'm incorrect, white people. Let me know who's been oppressing white folks since the beginning of time. Let me know that. Let me know that. Because I'm a little bit confused. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure. And you know the craziest part is, when you go online, if you go on X right now, you look up anything dealing with Charlie Kirk right now, you'll see people throwing memes directly up there. They'll have memes up there dancing and doing all of this other type of nonsense. And it's crazy how these clowns want to pull up to my comment section talking about that I hate white folks, that I'm preaching hate and all this other type of stuff. But yet your own people who are white are online right now throwing up memes about Charlie Kirk and celebrating. But y'all don't got no smoke for them. But all you see is me. But you asking me, why am I only focused about race and color? Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. I could actually point out those tweets right now, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, YouTube reasons. Because I don't want people to sit up there, oh, you're pushing the narrative that you're happy and supporting everything that, nah. Y'all ain't trying to get me like that. We're not doing that. So anybody that's here, y'all can go directly to X and look stuff up, and y'all can see the memes that people are throwing up where they're either dancing or doing some type of celebration about this news. And that's crazy to me. And those are white folks doing that. The exact same white folks who normally be trolling and saying racist stuff to black content creators and black folks directly on X. But like I said, y'all never have smoke for your own people doing wrong, and it's out there in the open. Magically, y'all can never spot that. But y'all can somehow spot me, though. I wonder why that is. I bet your race has a part to do with that. I bet your race has a part to do with that. Gail said he's still alive at this moment. From the reports that were up there, they said that he's in critical condition. He is still alive. He's in critical condition. He was airlifted. Like I said, that's crazy to me. That's 100% crazy to me. That is diabolical in nature. Like I said before, if I actually hated y'all, I wouldn't even be talking about this technically. I wouldn't even try to bring this up. I wouldn't even have said the things that I said in the beginning before I started talking and after I read about the initial story. I wouldn't have said those things at all. But like I said, you guys, it's so deep rooted in every fiber of your being to always think that somebody hates you. The easiest one to go to is black people, and that's only dealing with history. It's very easy to hear my voice or to look at me and be like, yo, I know he's black. He automatically hates us. It's easy to sit up there and do that because you've been brainwashed. You've been conditioned. You've been indoctrinated so much that it's every day now. When realistically, the main people who don't like you, who has a disagreement, who hate you is actually you. We're looking at self versus self at this moment in time. Right? It's not an us versus them. It's not a they versus us. It is literally a self versus self, which is white folks against other white folks. How does that normally look? Democrats versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives, and so on 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 and so on. And it's like y'all can't even simply, as white folks, y'all can't even look at what you're doing specifically to yourselves. In a moment in time that you get close, you go to the factory default setting. Oh, the blacks, Chicago, the blacks, Detroit, the blacks, Watts, California, the blacks, Atlanta, Georgia, the blacks, Houston, Texas, the blacks, New York's, the Bronx, all the boroughs, the blacks. That's all y'all do. This is why drugs and all other types of crimes are prevalent directly in y'all communities. This is why whenever y'all get online and y'all especially come to my platform, y'all want to start listing all of these stats about black folks, but y'all can never give any stats about your own crimes. And I find that y'all can always study so great. Y'all can pass with flying colors when it deals with other groups of people. But when it deals with giving specific stats on your own, it's like your brain, it just doesn't work anymore. White crime, murders, shootings, crimes against the family. It's like y'all can't answer any questions. Y'all don't know none of those numbers. Y'all are so smart when it deals with a whole nother group of people that don't look like you. But when it deals with you, you got nothing. You can look directly in the mirror and you still got nothing. You can know stories about things that have gone on in your family for decades. You still got nothing. That's crazy. And then the craziest part, like I tried to tell a lot of white folks before, at the end of the day, once y'all actually make it past race, I'm not sure when y'all going to do that. You're going to actually realize that now you're dealing with a classism war above everything else. Rich versus poor, poor versus rich. It ain't going to be no middle class. It ain't, even right now, we barely even have a middle class. Soon enough later, it ain't going to be no middle class. It's going to be poor. Everything that was considered middle class is going to be considered poor. Everything is going to sit up there and shift. Just like how they had, just like for white folks out here, how y'all allowed redlining and all those things to take place, color codes. The same people that you voted for are going to do the exact same thing to you. So remember that whole captivity thing that I told you about? Yeah. Y'all going to be sitting up there fighting. They didn't give y'all multiple movies directly out here showcasing y'all that. Didn't y'all just have a movie out here called The Civil War, where you literally saw yourselves fighting each other throughout the United States? Right? Separating yourselves, having your own militias across the United States. That is y'all. They're literally telling you, giving you the blueprint. Boop. Like I said, y'all don't even see it. The main people that y'all voted for, the main people that y'all allow power, the main people that y'all give money to every single day are plotting and working against you every single day. Case in point to the white folks out there. Again, why do y'all think that y'all population is so low? Why do you think that y'all not able to have kids at this moment in time? Why do you think that y'all populations are going down all around the world? Y'all about like what they say, like 7% out of the whole world? Y'all really don't even got a population. You are an actual minority. I've been telling y'all this for years, but because y'all live in America, right? Y'all want to sit up there and believe that y'all are just everywhere. No, you're not. You're not. Realistically, you're not. You're there in patches. You're sprinkled in somewhere. Like I said, that's some diabolical work, man. That's crazy. You know, the beautiful part about this is, dog, I've already covered what it is that you're talking about. I already talked about that dude that was in Chicago. I know the video that you're talking about because I did a live stream on that. So I did already actually worry about that, dummy. That's how stupid you are. Shout out to actually talking to a content creator for the first time that is pretty much, on some stuff. It's crazy work out here. So like I said before, shout out to anybody who was actually there for my previous live stream where I actually covered this video that this idiot obviously was not a part of. And like I keep telling y'all, white folks, every single time y'all want to deflect, y'all think y'all bringing up something brand new that we don't know nothing about. I was already on it before you even knew about this platform, before you even knew that I existed. Now, dummy, good job. Good job. Normally, in this extent, I would sit up there and ban somebody for being so stupid, but I like to show off stupidity and keep it directly up there for further examples because I know that somebody's going to see this and be like, you know what? I can do better than this average dummy. I can do better. And the Ranger will not catch me with this picnic basket. Like I said, go right ahead, knock yourself right on out. You really think you did something? You ain't do nothing. So like I said, I could walk and chew bubblegum. I can walk with you bubblegum. I guess you can't. But it be like that though. It be like that. Like I said, you got another person talking about Chicago. Crazy work, but we're clearly talking about Charlie Kirk and the individual that is under arrest at this moment in time that is in custody. And the funniest thing that I find very interesting about this though, for the white folks out there, how is it possible that this is the person on campus that they have under arrest? And he literally, for at least for all intents and purposes, at least from the point of view, at least from the information that I was able to get up until changed and further noticed and were updated, this is the person, right? Look at how he has nothing wrong with him. Look, he's not injured. He's not brutalized. He's not hurt or harmed in any type of way, even though Charlie Kirk is hurt and harmed and in critical condition. Huh? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Because any other instance of which, if an instance like this did take place, and it was somebody that was not white, they'll be beaten up. They would be hurt significantly. They would have all types of bruises, this, that, and the third, all the other type of stuff. But yet, for whatever reason, in this instance, I don't see that. I wonder why that is. Oh, somebody told me to shut up. That hurts my feelings. That really hurts my feelings. Somebody said, can we look up the crime stats per capita, please? You know, the beautiful thing that I love when y'all always talk about this per capita thing, we've had a lot of ingenious black males that have done videos on this whole argument of per capita. On top of the fact you even have white people and many others. But even still with that, and y'all not wanting to go at them, you know, fact for fact, or however it is that y'all want to sit up there and say it, right? Facts on facts on facts, right? Instead of y'all specifically doing that, you opt to still use this here. But I'm like, is that the only thing that y'all got to specifically stand on? Because I can look at the FBI stats and I can look at the crimes against families, and black people are not ranking up there like y'all. I'm sorry, let me be more specific. Black men ain't ranking up there like white men when it deals with crimes against the family by the FBI, and those stats are from your own people, from white folks, because black people, we don't own the FBI. We don't run that and all that other type of good stuff, right? That's y'all. So I'm a little bit confused. Like I said before, you can run whatever per capita stats that you want, and I'm going to look at the crimes against families. I'm going to look at all of the stories that I've showcased when it dealt with white men going into these schools, going towards the minors. I'm going to look at the police officers that I've covered, the judges, the EMS workers, the firefighters, the lawyers, the doctors, the nurses. Do I have to sit up there and keep going on all of these different jobs where these white men work in their own communities, where they're going after the family? Do I have to keep going? So like I said, you can keep the per capita. You can have all of that, son. You can have all of that. And I got my stats too. Because for whatever reason, whenever something shows up and we can show you doing crimes, y'all be like, oh, we're going to make this a competition. Matter of fact, if we were going to make this a competition, let's look up history in the United States. Let's look at who has the most blood on their hands. Let's look at who has placed the most bodies on the floor. Black people cannot even shine a candle in your darkness. So I don't know why it is that you want to make something a competition when you know that you're going to win every single time. Y'all start all of these wars. You don't know how to mind your business. You put other countries directly in debt. You instigate a great many details of things. We spend the utmost money when it goes with our defense, but yet 9/11 still happened. White people, again, let me understand how you allowed that to happen. How do we spend so much money on defense and 9/11 still happens? How do we have so much money spent on defense and intelligence, but yet for 10 years, y'all talking about we're fighting a war with an invisible enemy of a face of which we don't know? So the enemy could be anywhere, huh? But yet supposedly you found that enemy somewhere under a rock in a cave, like Tony Stark building his armor with a bunch of scraps. What are we talking about here? Huh? Like I said, y'all be saying so much stuff, y'all can't even keep track of anything. In your main fallback, right, reset back to default manufacturer setting is racism. Black people, black people, black people, black people. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is diabolical, dog. Somebody said Kirk is not a victim. He's a terrible person. He can be a terrible person. Like I said, a lot of the white folks that come directly up here that be trolling and calling me the N-word and all this other type of stuff, yeah, they're very horrible and terrible people, right? But I'm not about to go to the extent just like them and start wishing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't got time for that. Y'all don't understand. Like I said, a lot of y'all white folks out here, y'all don't understand energy and how it's transferred and it's not destroyed. It just goes from one place to another. So like I said, all of that energy that y'all have ever placed in history when it deals with hate and this, that, and the third, all of this projection, all of that is going to a very finite place. And it's going to come back down at a moment in time. When it's full, it's going to come right back down. It ain't going to fall on us. It's going to fall back on y'all. indiscriminately. It don't matter if you had a part in it and if you didn't have a part in it. Like I said, what was the main thing that people always say is that the son must pay for the father's sins. For a lot of white folks out here, you're going to be paying for the sins of the past. It's not going to be because of black people, though. I just want you to understand that we are not going to be the causation of any of this stuff that I'm currently talking about and mentioning at this moment in time. It is going to be y'all. Because at one point, y'all want to sit up there and champion yourselves as the master of the universe. And then the next point, y'all want to sit up there and say, oh, it's this group that's oppressing white folks. No, it's this other group. Matter of fact, it's the blacks and the Democrats that's oppressing, all the white folks directly out here. We can't do any. Come on, dog. Come on, man. That's crazy. That is 100% crazy. That is diabolical in nature. That is diabolical. Somebody said I can point a black family out almost every night in the news who says that their gangbanging son, just getting his. You can't even write that. Like, this is what I want from a lot of white folks out there. If you want to sit up there and like be racist or you want to make some stereotypical points, at least speak English. Like, it's crazy that I, as a black person that speaks Ebonics, have to tell you to write proper sentences and just speak where it makes sense. Like it just don't like it, you needed to just finish that out or just make a continuation or something. Like I said before, speak proper English. Right? This just looks stupid. I'm just going to be honest. Just going to sit up there and be honest. Like I said before, no matter what information is directly out there, and especially if it shows you being the perpetrator and the victim at the same time, your default setting is to start talking about black people. Every single time. You're just further proving my point. It's like y'all can't even shut up just to shut up. You can't even shut up just not to prove a point. You just gotta keep going. Like that's the dumbest thing. And y'all the main ones sitting up there talking about like, oh, y'all the high IQs out here. No, this is very low IQ material. Very low IQ. Because anybody that's actually high IQ would sit up there and look at a situation and be like, you know what? We got to actually do something about this. We got to figure out the causation of this, and we got to stop anything like this from happening again, right? This will be the last time that anything like this will ever happen to another conservative that wants to speak his point, his freedom of speech, right? Because that's what everybody says, right? All y'all white people out there say that we got a freedom of speech, right? But obviously not. Obviously, somebody disagrees with that freedom of speech, and it's somebody from your own community. Interesting. Very interesting. But nobody wants to talk about that, though, right? Y'all want to sit up there and talk about gangs of New York, gangs of Chicago, gangs of Detroit. Places y'all ain't never in. Some of y'all are in the whitest towns known to man. Y'all ain't never seen nobody black. The closest thing that you seen to something black is either at night or a billboard. That's it. Maybe a dog or a cat. That's the closest thing that you got. But somehow, some way, you see fit in whatever poor Appalachian condition that you're in, you still find your way to still mention and talk about black people. That is crazy. That is crazy. You said, why do you think white people don't want to live around black communities? This is the thing. I don't care what white people want to do. If I'm really going to be honest, as a content creator, as a black male American content creator, I don't care where y'all live. I don't care what y'all do. I really don't. I really don't. I'm not really seeking y'all out. Like I'm not trying to scope y'all out to figure out what y'all doing, because for whatever reason you really think that black folks are really obsessed with y'all. Nah, it's not. We can actually care less. We got a lot of stuff that we sit up there and worry about and deal with on an everyday basis. We got a lot of things that we got to go to and from. We got families, we got kids. Unbeknownst to y'all, we actually work. We got jobs, right? We got educated black people with college educations. We got entrepreneurs. I know that is very shocking for a lot of you guys to hear, because y'all think that every single black person is on Section 8 and EBT. When I showcased in a previous live stream that the first people on government assistance and SSI were both white, One was a white woman and the other one was a white male. But I digress. We're going to go to the poster children, right? I understand that y'all been taught and trained and indoctrinated into thinking that the only souls that are on government assistance and all these other types of things are only black people, and we're absorbing all of this money, and we've created the trillions of dollars in debt. Yeah, nah, we work, we pay taxes, we go to schools, we go to colleges, we take care of families directly out there, and we got our own problems and situations in communities. We ain't trying to sit up there and deal with y'all. That's too much. Realistically, that's too much. We could actually care less. This is why when I did a live stream before and y'all had those white folks that wanted to build what was that place out there in the forest somewhere in the Ozarks, y'all wanted to build a from scratch, all white town. I'm like, kudos to white folks. Y'all going right back to nature. Kudos to y'all. Y'all going to be out there with the cougars and the bears. Y'all going to be out there with the Lyme disease and the ticks, all of that. Kudos to y'all. Go out there in your lavender and sit up there and create your whole white civilization somewhere out there in the forest. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. And then they stated that they had people from all over the world that wanted to come there and take part in that great brand new civilization that y'all was sitting up there building out there. The great town, great city that y'all were sitting up there building out there. Like I said, I don't care. It's great. Y'all want to do that? No problem. Y'all want to go and live in caves? Cool, no problem. Y'all got it. It's not the first time, but y'all got it. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Yeah, like somebody said, yeah, deploy the National Guard. What's happening? Like, this is like realistically, this is a very serious situation. For a lot of y'all white folks out there, past all of the racism that y'all want to put, past all of the trolling, at the core of everything, that something needs to be done about this situation in order to stop this from being a reoccurring situation. Y'all know that y'all need to start having some sit-down talks. Y'all probably not going to do it publicly, but y'all need to start having some sit-down talks in the background to get all of this stuff under control. Y'all need to really have some community talks because this is wild. Because y'all paint everybody else as being savages, but this is savagery right here. And this is coming from the masters of the universe. Like, this ain't supposed to be happening with y'all. Y'all shouldn't even be committing crimes. It's everybody else, right? But yet here we are. Somebody said, is Charlie Kirk alive? At this moment in time, Charlie Kirk, from everything that I was able to read, Charlie Kirk is still alive. He is just in critical condition. Just in critical condition. I'm trying to look up right now where they got prayers for Charlie Kirk. Yeah, as of right now, I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else. Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I didn't sit up there and say nothing, because people just hurry up and write stuff online. Let me try to verify this. If even if I can't, if it's even possible. Yeah, I don't got nothing. Somebody had posted something. Let me just take a snapshot of that, because oddly enough, some of these times when people happen to post some stuff, because somebody had posted something, I'm not exactly how certain that is. Even when I look it up, let me see if I can go to some live updates. Yeah, I don't see any current updates at this moment in time. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's all the same stuff right now. But I'm gonna, matter of fact, let me just bookmark that post real quick, because I'm just gonna count that one as speculation. I'm just gonna count that as. So they said, for some of the people, they said that the person is supposed. Let me go back and look at the image here because they're trying to give names of this guy right here. I'm trying to look at the picture back and forth. All right, let me just close that one down. Yeah, it looks to be the same guy. So, okay, so I guess Fox confirmed it. They said that Charlie Kirk's shooter confirmed to be Michael Mallison, a registered Democrat in the state of Utah. So again, like I said before, this happened in Utah by somebody of the community. Oh, incorrect, not the same person. Scratch it. Let me see real quick. It's crazy. Now I actually got to go to Fox News. Can't believe this. I actually got to do this. Trump responds to Kirk. Let's go to Fox News. Happening now. They got the suspect in custody. Correct. If they could just put the words directly there instead of having a video, that would be great. They said the university officials say that the suspect was in a building nearby the university. Elin Traynor, Associate Vice President of Strategic Communications Management at Utah Valley University, told Fox News Digital that shots were fired at Kirk from a building at about 200 yards from the tent where he was speaking. Same person told Fox News Digital that Kirk was immediately taken away from campus by a security team following the shooting, and a suspect has been taken into custody, according to the university, and they have not yet been publicly identified. So again, scratch the previous name that I stated up there from the post that I was looking at, who said that the source came from Fox News. It did not. You just now at this moment in time have a lot of people posting random stuff in a sense up there for engagement purposes. Again, this is why I really don't like the internet sometimes. Because when you actually want to get information, people want to start trolling and putting a whole bunch of other stuff directly up there. Yeah, he got carried out. I'm sitting up there. I'm looking at this, right? They got about 1, 2, 3, 4. They got about, I think, like 7 guys carrying Charlie to a car. Charlie Kirk to a car. That is crazy, man. Like I said, even looking at the video, that is 100% crazy. 100% crazy. Like I said, never at a point in time would I, even be in disagreements with somebody, would wish this on somebody. That's not anything that I do. That is not anything that I do. Like I said, that's some crazy work out there. And the crazy part, like I said before, like I'm looking at a lot of these accounts directly up here, even amongst the news, like I told y'all before, on X, and I'm looking at a lot of white folks out there putting up memes, just sitting up there laughing, making this one big joke. Like I said, this is how crazy this is. Y'all got all this energy coming directly towards a black content creator actually covering this, actually talking about it. Y'all got all this stuff to sit up there and say, but y'all don't got nothing to sit up there and say when it deals with your folks directly out here doing all of this nonsense. I'm just gonna scroll past like a lot of stuff. So a lot of why are Americans so worried about race? That's crazy. Yeah. So to the white folks out there, is a great example. I like this person, right? I like this person, even though, like I said, I don't care how old or what your stature is, how muscle bound you are, Herculean, Master of the universe as a white man. The funniest thing is, you would never in life say that to me. And I normally tell people I'm 5'4". I'm like, I'm Wolverine's height. So automatically every white boy out here thinks that they're like 6'2", 230 pounds, right? So, but even still with that, you would never walk out into the public and decide to walk up to a black man and say anything like this. Let's just be real. Let's just be 100% honest. Because we didn't seen white boys out here walking around and y'all not trying to go up into any of the black men's faces in whatever community and speak this type of way. Y'all are at the utmost comfortability online behind a telephone, aka a cell phone, a tablet, computer, laptop, or even your TV. Y'all are real comfortable sitting up there talking from your home when you know that you got your weapons and all this other type of stuff and yada, yada, yada. When you're out there in public naked, you ain't sitting up there talking like this. You're not even moving like this. So like I said before, y'all got all of this smoke. Y'all want to say all of this type of stuff online to black content creators. And then y'all in the comment section will see these clowns and y'all be like, oh, blacks, why are you guys always so focused on race? Let me just leave this up here. Let me make sure to favorite. Let me just make sure to favorite this. Like, that's diabolical. Right? But I'm the low IQ one though, right? I'm talking about a serious issue. I'm mentioning preventative measures that need to take place, that need to happen. And I'm also stating that if you don't take those steps as white people, that this is only going to sit up there and get worse. But somehow I'm the low IQ. This is a high IQ person talking, right? But I'm the one that's low IQ. So the high IQ person is not actually talking about the subject, highlighting the subject, bringing awareness to the subject. He wants to just solely attack somebody because of their race and color of their skin, right? But yet I, as a black man in America, am talking about a subject that's only has to literally do with white folks. This ain't even really supposed to be on my radar. This ain't even supposed to be on my plate. This is supposed to be y'all covering this. But yet this high IQ, what is it, Garnett Marshall? Don't have no type of platform, no type of movement at all to bring awareness to what happened to one of the white men in his community that is simply using his freedom of speech in America, his God-given right in America, and how somebody else out here of the community in Utah, who is also the opposite, right? The opposite of Charlie, decided to try to silence his freedom of speech. But y'all pull up to the scene and say that, yo, Seji, you're racist. You're the problem in America. People like you, the way that y'all talk, the way that y'all move, all of this stuff, yada yada yada. And I know that all the other white folks and many others directly under there is able to see this comment, and y'all skipped right over it. Y'all don't got no rebuttals. It's crazy. Look at this. I like this. Just another racist black man who can't take responsibility. Stay strong, black folks. Don't be like this fool. That's wild. That is wild. Like I said before. And I'm looking at the comments directly under, and all I see is consistent attacks towards me. You know what I don't see, though, from the white folks that got an issue with me? I don't see any of the white folks having any energy for the person that tried to take the life of Charlie Kirk. I want everybody to pay attention to that. I want everybody to pay attention to that. Notice how all of these white folks directly up here that want to be as racist and stereotypical as all get out don't have no smoke for the shooter. Like I said, y'all are so dumb that you keep running your mouths. You can't even simply shut up. All you're doing is further proving my point. Y'all got all this energy for me, but you got somebody who is literally arrested at the scene. The only person arrested that is in custody out of the hundreds of thousands of people that were the only person that they got arrested in custody at this moment in time. Y'all got no smoke for the shooter. Y'all got all this mouth for me though. Oh, you hate whites, this, that, and the third, you're low IQ and all this other type of stuff. Let's do the per capitas and y'all can't even stay on topic. You can't even stay on topic. That's crazy. That is diabolical, dog. That is wild. That is 100% wild, dog. Like, I as a black man shouldn't even be like I said, this shouldn't even be on my radar. Anybody that is white, that has an opinion, a political opinion out there, y'all should all on y'all platforms, all of y'all should be blaring this. I should be seeing this for like the next 24 hours. But y'all not even doing that because you don't even care about yourselves like that. That's wild to me. I, as a black man, got to sit up there and talk about this. Huh? I got to sit up there and be the one that, yo, violence ain't the answer. Huh? I'm caring more, in a sense, about his life than y'all in this comment section. That's wild to me. And he done said some stuff about black people. Trust me. I done went over that. He done said some stuff, but I said before, yo, that's his opinion. It is what it is. I can disagree with it. I can refute, debate it, tear it apart, whatnot, or whatever. But like I said, never at a point in time in any of my disagreements will I sit up there and advocate or wish for anything like this to happen on his life or anybody else that I'd have a disagreement with. Politically, religiously, or whatever it is. It don't even make no sense to even take it that far. It don't make no sense. But y'all are so dumb that y'all don't even understand it. Y'all all the time come on this platform talking about some, oh, why y'all always talking about race? Well, why can't it just be people? Why can't we just be human? I'm literally saying it in so many words. I'm saying it in so many words, and it's still not getting through y'all thick ass heads. It like, yo, this is why. This is exactly why nothing will ever get accomplished and done directly in this country. This is exactly why nothing will ever get completed. Nothing will ever get done. Nothing will ever sit up there and move forward. It just won't. Because of y'all. Like that is 100% wild, man. That's 100% wild. And then, matter of fact, let me just showcase this real quick. Ain't this the woman that sat up there and got the South Koreans put on a plane back to South Korea? And ain't this the woman that sat up there and called ICE because she saw a whole bunch of Asians working in the plant and she wanted to make up some type of lie, some type of story, and now she done cost that state, that area, billions of dollars? That plant, chances are, is not even going to get finished. This is a Republican. This is a MAGA supporter. Ain't this the same person that went online all proud, high and mighty, talking about, oh yeah, she done sat up there and got all of these Asians directly up out of here? Ain't this the person? But like I said, y'all don't want to talk about this though, right? You don't want to talk about how your ignorance and how your racism can cost you money, can cost you jobs. That's some crazy work, dog. That is wild to me. That is 100% wild to me, man. That is 1,000% wild. Like I said, dog, y'all racism is going to come at y'all with a high toll and cost that you are not going to be able to afford. There's not going to be enough sacrifices. There's not going to be enough idolization of Moloch or Baal or Baphomet, whoever it is that you just so happen to worship. There's not going to be enough of anything for you to do to sit up there and deal with the toll and the cost that you're going to have to sit up there and pay. Y'all can't pay it no more. You've been in debt for a very long time, and now that debt is reaching heights of which, and I ain't talking about money debt. Like the type of debt that y'all in, like y'all don't even see it yet. Y'all don't even understand it because, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that y'all don't even believe in. But soon enough you will when it's too late. And like I said before, a lot of black platforms directly out here have tried to warn y'all about a great many of things, have tried to warn you and try to save you from yourselves. Because historically, we're looking at everything that y'all have done, and we know that whatever you do to us, you're going to inevitably do to yourselves. Because there's a certain section of the white demographic that other white people don't even care for. Rich whites do not care for poor whites. So no matter how much y'all may agree politically, you know at core that those rich white people that y'all putting in power are going to do everything in their power to keep you poor. Look at the Appalachians. For example, look at all those white folks up there in the Appalachians who keep voting Republican. who've been voting Republican. Look at their living situations. Look at their health conditions. Look at the school systems. Look at the housing. Look at the medical. But somehow, some way, all of y'all still sit up there and say that, oh, it's the blacks. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. This person's basically trying to tell me to shut up. I try to make everything about race. But yet, isn't this the woman that sat up there and got rid of, again, the Asians out of that Hyundai plant and got them sent back to Korea? Matter of fact, hold on, because we're on this thing talking about responsibility, right? And how white folks tend to do things of which they don't understand. Let me just go to this, because I was going to save this for a different video, but I feel like this actually fits today. Let's take a listen to this real quick.
Someone who worked on the Blue Oval Ford plant, Blue Oval City up here in Stanton, Tennessee, kind of, in between Jackson and Memphis. I stayed there for about a year last year working on this project. And let me tell you something. A woman who is claiming that she called ICE on that Hyundai plant in Georgia, this is going to be so much bigger than just Hyundai. Okay? Ford itself, the most American car manufacturer you can think of, every single bit of our machinery was set up and programmed by South Koreans. The engineering of the building, the engineering of the machines, every bit of it was done by SK Engineering out of South Korea. Yes, the same SK that is part of SKT T1 Telecom, the big league team. Yeah, Faker, this guy, their engineering branches who designed and set up these machines. What they do is, for the the years that the plant is being built, because South Korea is heavily invested in our electric vehicle manufacturing and production. So what they do is they design the machines, send them over here, we set them up, millwrights, everything else. We set the iron, we set the building up, we get everything up. And then they come over, set up the machines, and then train American workers how to run the machines. This woman not only just cost Georgia billions of dollars with this plant, because I highly doubt that South Korea will send their workers back. If they do, it's going to be under very strict rules for the Trump administration. If you don't think that word will get around to every other car manufacturer, because it's not just Hyundai. It is Ford, it's Chevy, it's Nissan, Mazda, Toyota. Every single one of them. The machines are designed, installed, and set up by South Koreans. It's the biggest, when you think of car plants, it's intertwined. So no, you idiots have not only just cost Georgia billions, you've created a massive diplomatic problem that this administration will not be able to handle right. And on top of that, there's a good chance that any of these other car plants that have gone up in the last few years that haven't had their machines set up yet, odds are you've just fucked with those jobs as well. You are talking about tens of thousands of American jobs. Poof, up in smoke. So congratulations, MAGA. Your racism is once again going to cost us billions of dollars because you guys can't get over the fact that people who aren't white are better than you.
So we heard that, right? So let me just go to something real quick. My bad, Outlaw. We got Brandon V World. Shout out to the $5 dono. Said they're quick to say that black people are violent. Please let me bring your attention to Exhibit A. So then we go to the next comment. Shout out for the $10 dono. Said poverty, segregation, and policing driving disparities more than race. Income and neighborhoods explain crime rates better than skin color to the person that's trying to bring up crime statistics. Much love, respect, and appreciation to Brandon V World for the altogether $15 dono to the channel. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Good sir. Much love, much love. So again, I tried to highlight some of the comments that people had directly up there, right? So we had another person that said that so we're not going to talk about the black on black crime and the gang banging in the black community. White folks, why y'all keep doing this? What, like, are y'all just that stupid? Are you 100% that stupid, or you just like that ignorant because of the way that you were raised? and that you're just that far indoctrinated into racism to obviously see the harm that you are not only doing to yourself, but you're doing to everybody else. Because when you don't see yourself somewhere, you're like, oh no, something is wrong. We gotta fix this situation. So again, like I said, let me go back to this video real quick. This white man who works in this industry is talking specifically about this woman who is a conservative. She's also trying to go for office. This woman right here sat up there and This woman right here called ICE to sit up there and get rid of the South Koreans who are setting up the stuff in the factories so that they could train all of the workers who are more than likely going to be white anyway, so that you guys could usher in more employees and workers to that plant and start working. Because y'all don't know how to read Korean. And all the instructions on how to build the machines are in Korean. You idiots. You stupid dummies. You're so racist that you don't even understand that they were only there for a short period of time. They were going to teach. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I said before in a previous video, yo, to the white folks out there, keep doing this. Keep doing this. To all the MAGA, to all the Republicans, I want y'all to keep being this stupid. I want y'all to keep being this stupid. Congratulations. Congratulations. Y'all are playing some of the dumbest games possible, and y'all are about to win the ultimate stupid prize. I want y'all to keep going in this exact same direction, and I want you to see your way to blame somebody black for what she did. I want you to do it. Please do, because you always find a way to sit up there and do it. It got to be somebody black in her car who forced her to do this, right? Her husband got to be black, right? He got to be the Democrat liberal that told her that it was okay to sit up there and call ICE, even though that she's a Republican conservative, right? It had to be a black man somewhere. It had to be a group of black guys, a gangle of black guys that sat up there and forced her to sit up there and do that, right? Because no logically minded Republican would ever treat another human being in that type of way, right? Because y'all say that you guys don't see color, you don't see race, no ethnicity. You look at human beings as human beings. But as I look at it, this woman decided to call ICE on South Koreans, on Asians. But like I said, y'all don't want to focus on that, dog. Y'all don't want to focus on that. Y'all want to pull up to the scene talking about, let's talk about some black on black crime. You want to pull up to the scene again talking about some name a black country that's not pure chaos and evil forever. You are a racist loser, right? We got another person saying this dude just coming out being the most racist dude in the room. Another person talk about the black man who attacked a white woman for no reason. I don't even know what you're talking about. Let's talk about the white woman who sat up there and got Emmett Till, buried, and how she still lived a long life, was able to get remarried, have kids, grandkids, see 99 different sunsets, and got morning breezes. She saw 99 different seasons. But you don't want to talk about that though, right? Because y'all normally like to say that stuff was so long ago, even though that those people who are around when that time existed are still alive right now. All right. We got another person that sat up and said, so I just came as a recommendation on my homepage. 2 questions. Why do you keep saying white man? So let's look at this class real quick. Is Charlie Kirk not a white man? Is that not a Caucasian? Is that not a Caucasian man? Is that not a Caucasian man? Okay. So is this individual that is arrested on campus at the moment of the time of the shooting in Utah, is this not also a white man? Okay, then. Like I said, y'all be asking some dumb questions. Then you said, and why, if black folks hate the N-word, why they keep using it? Y'all be asking some of the most nonsensical, dumbest questions. If black people want to sit up there and say whatever it is that they want to say amongst themselves, why are you worried about it? Why does it concern you? How does it hurt you? How does black people doing that cause you not to be able to sleep at night? How does it affect your bank account? How does it affect your family's living situation? How does it affect your trust fund, your estate? Right? How does it affect your land ownership? You owning a business? It doesn't. So I'm like, what are you asking about a question that you don't even realistically care unless you actually want to say the word? That's how I got to sit up there and look at a lot of y'all as racist. Because y'all be trying to make every single argument on why it is that you should be able to say it versus just dropping it and not even caring about it. Because it's crazy. What I've noticed is that over time it's eating away at you guys, that you guys used to be able to freely say it at any moment in time. Even your kids will sit up there and walk down the street and say it to black families, black kids, and all this other type of stuff. And then it got to a point where society started evolving and changing, and it was like, yeah, this ain't okay. We're not doing this no more. And now when you hear black people basically say it in music and rap and all this other types of form of media, now something is eating at you. It's like, yo, man, we used to be able to sit up there and say that. Actually, we made it that. We started that. We're the ones that made it hot. Why can't we sit up there and use a word that we originally created? That's crazy. Again, further proving the fact that you're racist. No matter how you frame the question, the moment in time that you go to this extent and you're trying to sit up there and show some type of care on why one person can say it and why you can't say it, yeah, all right. Okay. Yo, that is crazy. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. That is diabolical. That is diabolical, dog. Somebody said that they got 3 TV monitors going on at their house. I got you. I got you. Also, much love, respect, and appreciation. Shout out to all my moderators who are currently here at this moment in time. Shout out. But like I said, white people, I'm still looking for an answer though. Y'all still can't give me nothing. Out of all of the stereotypical points y'all want to make, out of all the racist points y'all want to sit up there and make, I'm still trying to figure out what is your solution to make sure that the thing that happened to Charlie Kirk here does not happen when any of your other political talking heads decide that they want to go in the public and speak. What's protecting them from something like this happening again? Matter of fact, how are you going to protect them? As Gail stated, shout out to Gail. SEIJIHITO and his affiliates do not promote and condone violence. And we don't. We can have disagreements, we can have arguments, and we can also ban your ass directly out of here and put you directly in the shadow realm. But the one thing that we do not do here is advocate for violence. We don't do that. Like I said, we can disagree as all hell. But like I said, and it's crazy that I have to keep saying this, because you got these white folks and many others that come up with this narrative that think that black people are just hateful. It's y'all projecting, dog. Like I said, I as a black man, I shouldn't even care about this, dog. Realistically, I shouldn't even care about this. This should not be on my radar. I shouldn't even be realistically I really shouldn't. It should be y'all doing this. You know how many white platforms I know where white boys are gamers and they're conservative, and you can hear it in their voice about how they bicker and argue about, oh, this DEI, this woke, basically meaning that, oh, you got too many people that are not white in this game. You got too many people that are not white that are the main character and are side characters. Get this out of here. I'm not trying to see this, right? Why are they not talking about this on their platforms, dog? White people, if you actually love and care about yourself so much, why are you not talking about this on your platforms? Why are you not trying to put eyes on this to show how problematic this is and how y'all need to get this situation directly under control? Why is it that the only time that y'all want to talk about something like this is when the person is not white doing these actions? That should be the question. Matter of fact, that's a better question. Why is it the only time that y'all want to fixate and focus on stuff like this and consider it to be problematic and something needs to be done? The military needs to come in. The FBI, the CIA, Interpol, Rangers with Attitude, Voltron, the X-Men, the Avengers. The only time that y'all want to call down the Megazord is when the face of it ain't you. But yet you say that you care about the men and the women and the children and the elderly of your community, but this is what you guys allow to happen? That's crazy. And like I said, I don't hear y'all talking about no solutions online. Out of all of the threads that I can currently go through at this moment in time when it deals with this situation with Charlie Kirk, I don't see not nearly a white folk out here talking about a solution on stopping this from happening. This is what I want people to understand, right? The actions of this person right here, this white man, has given validity to every single thing that conservative Republicans have been saying about white men for the longest time, but not in the way that they wanted it to be. But also at the same time that this has put conservative Republican men and many others on awareness that, yo, if I go out here and speak, it's like I got to now worry about my life and my safety. I don't got to worry about crazy people and, sitting up there arguing this, that, and I got to worry about somebody potentially trying to take my life because they don't like my opinion. And the main thing that I've always preached directly on here is that, yo, if freedom of speech is supposed to be freedom of speech, then it is what it is. If you don't like what somebody, there's tons of racists directly on X right now. I don't like them worth a damn. I don't even care about them at all. And I just move away from that situation. I block them and I move away from that situation. That's simple, right? That's how if you disagree, you debate. If you still disagree, then you block. It's either one or the two. Either you got time for it or you don't. I would never go for this. This ain't even an option nowhere on my boards. Nowhere on my boards. But you know what I do see from a lot of white racists directly online? They be sitting up there preaching all types of hate and they be preaching all types of violence. But then at the same time, they want to talk about black people are the most violent people on the face of this earth. That's some crazy work. That is some crazy mental gymnastics. That is some crazy mental gymnastics to sit up there and do while preaching hate at the same time. Crazy work, dog. 100%. Like I said before, it is diabolical, dog. Somebody said, I wonder if you're 12. I don't even know what that like, dog. What type of stuff are you on, son? Didn't I just tell you about the crimes against family and this person talking about, I wonder if you're 12? If I was 12, why would you even be in my comment section trying to have a conversation, dog? You're a weirdo. You are where's the FBI at, dog? Like y'all are some weirdos, man. Why? If you would even have to question, why would you even be a part of the stream? Why would you even make a comment, dog, to even let me know that you even exist? You are a weirdo, son. This is what I be talking about right here. Y'all be having so many weirdos amongst y'all. Y'all don't never call this stuff out, dog. Who says something like this? What? I wonder if you're 12. What? Dog, y'all so brother, man. Oh my God. Y'all disgusting, dog. Y'all so weird. Y'all are so weird, man. Y'all are so weird. I don't know who this dude is. Somebody, yo, Chris Hansen, my man, pull up. I know he's on YouTube somewhere. I need my man Chris Hansen. I need an adult. Yo, we need to sit up there and bring back To Catch a Predator. Because Jesus Christ, I swear I'm looking at one right now. Who, bro, what? Brother. Dear sweet mother of Christ. Look at that. Here we go again, talking about Chicago. How you going to talk when in Chirac y'all be killing each other on gangs for real? I know you're not black. Though the way that you even tried to write that to make it seem like you're with it, like you're hip, like you're in the know, that's crazy to me. That is crazy. Even if it was sarcasm, like you could have did way better. You just look stupid. You just look 1,000% stupid. Like that's crazy to me. That's 100%. Like I said before, it don't matter what I bring up, how it is that I'm like, yo, white people, y'all need to be on focus. Y'all still pivot. Y'all still pivot. That is crazy, dog. That is 100% crazy. Wait, I'm a little bit confused. I'm confused. You said, why is anybody talking about blacks? Who cares? The shooter was some crazy white dude. Stop insulting white speakers. You're embarrassing yourself. Wait, do you think that I'm white? Wait, do I sound white? I haven't gotten that in years. Yo, oh man, Jesus Christ. I'm not white at all. I haven't got nothing like that since Xbox Live back in 360. Every single white boy would swear that I was white pretending to be black. That was the craziest thing ever in life. I'm like, man, y'all are so weird. Let me tell y'all something. All right, like I don't know what to tell people. That was a laugh I needed right there. Like, yo, that is crazy. That is crazy. Man, oh man. Let me see what else we got directly down here. You all selves, we all believe red, believe humans, stop being nonsense already. All of you, not just you. Bro, talk to talk to white people about that. Like I said, talk to white people about that, dog. It was like, what do you disagree with what he said about black people? I follow him, but never heard him be racist, but more of an unapologetic, maybe Bill Maher type, politically incorrect type of person. Hey, whatever you believe, man. Whatever you believe. Like I said, that is a person you follow. That is a person you follow, man. Like I said, I did videos on stuff before. Y'all can look it up. You said I try to speak in here, but I feel that this streamer is I'm a victim mindset. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you like, dog? Are y'all really that stupid? Are y'all really that stupid? I'm talking about so let me break it down to you, like how y'all normally. I'm talking about white on white crime. But somehow you come through here and you're being a victim. I tried to talk in here, victim, and this person as a victim, you're projecting. You're projecting because of the way that you feel. Because obviously, I guess nobody agreed or nobody fed directly into what it is that you were writing or paid you any type of mind or attention. So now you feel lonely and by yourself, and you're projecting, trying to say that I'm the one with the victim mindset when I'm the one that's talking about a crime that happened in the white community in between white folks. And I'm simply looking for the same solutions that y'all normally give to black folks. Let's bring in the National Guard. Let's bring in the military. Bring in the army. We got to have more gun control. This, that, and the third. Dog, I don't see y'all talking about no solutions online. But you're talking about that I'm the one that got a victim mentality. What are you smoking? Brother, you need to drop it. I don't know who your dealer is. I know chances are in your community are white. You need to drop all of that. Stop. Go cold turkey. Dog, seek some therapy. And this is why I said before, like, realistically for me, I shouldn't even be worried about this, dog. Y'all should be the ones worried about it. But even looking at my comments that I'm still getting right now, y'all don't even worry about it. Y'all don't care nothing about this, man. Y'all are so unserious about a serious situation. And that tells me a lot. That tells me 1,000% a lot. Y'all always preach all of this stuff online about how white people love each other, how y'all care. Y'all want to have a white country, a white society. Y'all want to be in something that looks just like you. Dog, you just saw what y'all did to yourselves in Utah, right? We saw that, right? Throughout the 10 or whatever years. We saw out here all of the shootings, the mass shootings that have taken place across America. We've seen those things. But again, what y'all like to sit up there and do when things are hitting the front door, something that you're actually in control of, that you can stop, you're like, oh no, we're not going to focus on this. This is bad. But let's talk about the holiday weekend during Christmas where 1 trillion blacks were just, shot across, Chicago. 1 trillion blacks died. Why is nobody talking about this? Why is the media not talking about this? Why is Black Lives Matter not talking about this? Why is the Democrats not talking about this? Why is Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and MLK not talking about this? That's what y'all like to do every single time. In everything that I explained, y'all are doing that right now in this live stream during this comment section. Y'all ain't giving no solutions because y'all always ask black people like, yo, what are y'all going to do about y'all communities, about the crime and this, that, and the third? We got multiple platforms that have gone over solutions, implementations, actions, and all these other types of things, right? We didn't did that. We even had conversations with a lot of y'all white folks about that, even though it ain't even y'all business. It's not even y'all room to even have that conversation. We still about like, yo, we want to sit up there and show that we are not hateful as y'all believe us to be. But when I do the reverse, And I'm talking about crimes that's happening against yourselves. We can easily see yourselves in either one of these two people. I don't see y'all in this room talking about solutions. I don't see y'all talking about that this is a very messed up situation. I don't see y'all talking about prayers for Charlie Kirk. I don't see y'all talking about that this never needs to happen again. I do not see y'all talking about that. Y'all need to protect the freedom of speech of all people. I don't see that from white people. Why is that? That's crazy. That is diabolical. That is diabolical. Let me tell you something. Yo, Miss Daltrey, what is up? What is up? What is up? And you are correct. You said they are selling this country piece by piece. Yeah, they are 100%. But they don't want to talk about that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't know what I don't know what doesn't get through your thick ass brain when Black Americans say that black on black crime doesn't exist. We're talking about the branding and the terminology, you idiot. We're simply saying that black on black as a term that does not exist. Crime within proximity, because within every Dominicans have crimes between one another, but nobody's online on Fox News talking about Dominican on Dominican crime, Chinese on Chinese crime, white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime, Haitian on Haitian crime, African on African. Y'all don't have that branding for nobody else. It's just a crime. When it deals solely with black people, oh, black on black crime. Y'all got it that way because y'all are able to take that, brand it, and repackage it and sell it and monetize it and make money directly off of it. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard of a concept to understand. Like, you see this every single day. Like, it baffles me on how people act as though that I'm saying something incorrect. Your understanding is what's incorrect. I'm saying everything is straightforward in the best English possible. Like, it's crazy to me. Even with that example, y'all still sit up there and say the same thing. It's wild. That is diabolical, dog. Like I said, for white people, we got 193 people here, dog. Explain to me, what are y'all plans to stop this from taking place and happening again? For the white folks out there that's in the background, right? All of you high IQs, let me know what is y'all plan in y'all communities to stop this from happening. Let me know. Oh, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. Actually, you're doing a whole lot of talking and not saying nothing. Specifically, I know you're white. Let me know what for white folks out there, what plans do y'all have to make sure that nobody else in your community is going to try to copycat this situation with Charlie Kirk? I'm waiting for a response, right? Y'all keep saying y'all high IQs, masters of the universe, you're motherfucking Zordon and shit directly out here, right? Let me know, what is your plan to stop this from happening so that your white conservative men don't have to fear for their lives anytime that they decide to go out in public and speak whatever it is that they believe. Their freedom of speech, as y'all like to say, right? Let me know. Let me know what safety plans that y'all got, because like I said, y'all don't, I'm asking a very direct question. All of these white dudes directly in here, y'all don't got nothing. Y'all got all of these armaments, y'all got all of this military training and all this other type of stuff. When I ask you a very simple thing on a plan on how to protect yourself from yourself, you can't give me nothing. You can give me some safety plans on everything else, but you cannot sit up there and give me a plan on how you're going to protect yourself from yourself. That's crazy to me. That's diabolical. Like, Jesus Christ. Like I said, here we go again with another person. The black inner cities culture that has been allowed by the liberals has destroyed this country. Dog, somehow, some way, y'all find a way to blame black people. Like, this is crazy. This, y'all can't get, oh my God. Like I said, y'all further proving my point. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about yourselves, dog. Y'all can't even give me a simple plan. That's crazy. That is crazy. Dog, didn't they sit up there and tell you no spamming? Didn't they sit up there and tell you that? Like, let me just showcase this real quick. Like, this is what I be talking about. So throughout this whole hour and 44 minutes, I've specifically asked quite a few questions. This person right here decided that they wanted to repeatedly spam in a comment section the exact same thing, talking about, oh, look at all of the comments disappearing. Look at this, look at the da, da, da. I'm asking for a very specific question. If people are out here being stereotypical racist and all this other type of stuff, and mods have told them to stop doing it, by all means, they're going to be going directly to the shadow realm because people want to sit up there and be stupid. I'm trying to have a logical, sane conversation with people. Y'all want to sit up here and do the coping mechanisms. I'm coming straight forward asking all of you white men directly out there. And I know y'all white guys because I know the percentages of men that look at this platform and I know the percentages of women that look at this platform. So I know that a lot of y'all in the background are white men sitting up there listening and watching my voice throughout the whole duration of this live stream. And I have yet to sit up there and see y'all come up with an answer on how it is that you are going to protect yourself from yourself when it details y'all having opposite opinions and going directly out here in public speaking. I'm waiting. Like I said, we didn't have like 22,000 people pull up to this live stream. I'm waiting to still hear a response, and I get nothing. Carl said, "I don't know." Said you sound pretty white to me. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Somebody said that Wiki is now speaking of Charlie in past tense. Well, like I said, I don't know anything at this moment in time, nor do I want to give out false. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Well, now I can sit up there and actually report on it. Like I said, I've had my disagreements and everything of the sort. This is the news coming directly from Fox News. Off of their front page, Charlie Kirk dead at the age of 31 after a shooting in Utah Valley University. Like I said, my condolences to his family. My condolences. Like I said, that's crazy, dog. That is crazy. This is why I speak the way that I speak for the longest time that I've been sitting up there doing this. And look at this. Somebody said, and this is what somebody wanted to say about the channel. But yet I'm covering this topic. I'm taking this to the utmost seriousness, trying to at least showcase and come out with a solution here so that more things like this don't happen. Y'all don't actually care. Y'all do not actually care about nothing. Like, this is crazy to me. This is 1,000% crazy to me. And the craziest part is there was a post that I told y'all that I wasn't going to post because I wasn't sure or not. And this was earlier. This was the post that I was talking about. This was about like 30 plus, I think like minutes ago that I heard or even got wind that he had already passed. But I didn't want to put that information out there because I was unsure. I wanted to wait. Like I said before, dog, y'all, I don't know what to tell y'all no more, man. I don't know what to sit up there and tell y'all. Y'all don't even pay attention to the things that take place here. Y'all don't even actually care. Like, this is crazy. This is 100%. And like I said before, the only thing that this has now did is that it has given some type of validity to all the things that he's been sitting up there saying, you know, when it deals with, white people and all this other type of stuff and the violence. It has now given some type of validity directly to that, but just not in that way. So now anytime that people go back and listen to Charlie Kirk, it's the Bible now. It's 1000% the truth, because people are like, well, if everything that Charlie Kirk was saying was wrong, then this wouldn't have happened. Right? People would have just argued and debated, but obviously it was too truthful. So, right? That's what people, that's what's going to happen now. That's crazy. So yeah, like I said, my condolences to his family, man. Hey. But like I said, y'all still doing the exact same things, dog. This is why I know that y'all ain't serious about nothing. This is how I know that y'all are not serious. Like, y'all do not care, dog, at all. Somebody said I'm just rage bait, I guess. Like I said, y'all don't even want to face the facts of specifically what even happened here. Like, this is like I said, that's crazy, dog. That is 100% crazy. That is 100% crazy. Yep. That is some crazy work out there, man. Yep. Now because of this incident, you didn't just given 1000% validity to everything that he stated. And normally what happens is that when one head or leader is missing, now you're going to have hundreds to fill in that spot, because that's what's going to take now. So give it a little bit of time, give it throughout the year, give it throughout 5 years. You're going to see multiple young white men vying for the position or the spot or the role of where Charlie Kirk is, because now there's going to be a void. And now a lot of them are going to take a lot of points directly from Charlie Kirk. They're going to take a lot of cadences directly from Charlie Kirk, and they're going to push that exact same message, and it's going to probably be even more radicalized, because now you're dealing with younger dudes. Like I said, man, white folks, I'm still waiting for a plan. Let me know. Let me know. Like, that's crazy to me, dog. I'm still not seeing that. We got 144 here, and I know that a lot of y'all back there are white. Like I said, I'm waiting to hear some type of plan that you have that's going to stop any type of copycatting from, like this happening. Like, I'm waiting to hear something. Y'all not giving nothing. I'm waiting for something. And I made it to the end of the chat. So, Ms. Durant, what we're going to do about that is what we're gonna have to do is, I need you to hit me up on IG. I'm not sure, Ms. Durant, do you got IG? Let me know if you got IG. You don't, because we would just have to figure out something so that I can actually talk specifically to you, so that I know it's you, and then we can set up something that way, and we know that it's going to be specifically your account, and and all that other type of stuff. because that'll be the main way to sit up there and stop any of that type of stuff from happening, is that I actually have like conversations with y'all, like if things like that actually happen, so I know that it's specifically y'all, and then we can just work that way. Like I said, they can only do so much, you know, when it deals with that. Somebody said, what's your ringtone, Power Rangers? Yeah, it is. That every time at 5 o'clock that I do live streams, y'all know that's the ringtone that goes off. I got Zero Ranger ringtone. Like I said before, that's how I roll. That is what I do. But that's crazy. Somebody said, Patrick said, yeah, he's gone. I thought someone had made a tasteless meme. I didn't like Kirk at all because he was an anti-black racist. Yeah. Like I said, that's all I'm trying to figure out, dog. Wait, who said? Dog, who? Yeah, let me just post what Gail said. Like, for us on this channel, we ain't celebrating nothing. So I'm not sure who you might be. I want y'all, if y'all want to say that anybody is celebrating, I want you to be very specific. Because you ain't gonna be able to say that. I nowhere during this live stream almost close to 2 hours. You can't sit up there and say that I was celebrating nothing. I was taking this as the utmost seriousness. I knew potentially what the end result could be because I watched that video about 5 to 6 times to just make sure that the way that he jerked, that I was like, okay, well, maybe it hit somewhere else. Right? But no, he got hit directly in the neck. You know, and hey. Somebody said no suspect is in custody. This was the person that I was able to see that people stated was in custody. Now, if I am incorrect directly on that, let me go back. Let me go back real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, everybody's out there offering their condolences right now. So this is where we are at this moment in time. All right, let me just make sure to put this directly out there so that everything is pretty much straight. I'm probably going to have a single form content video directly over this to make it more manageable so it doesn't seem like it's all over the place. So this is currently where we are with the information at this moment in time. Utah University confirms suspect initially in custody is released. The Utah University UVU spokesperson told Fox News Digital that a suspect that was initially in custody. So let me just go back to the image to let you know that I wasn't incorrect. They had somebody in custody, as we can clearly see, right? The suspect that they initially had in custody has been released. UVU police are currently investigating in conjunction with the Orem Police Department, Utah Department of Public Safety, and the FBI, according to a spokesperson. Quote, it is with tremendous sadness and shock that Charlie Kirk, who was invited by the student group TPUSA, was shot at about 12:20 when he began speaking at his planned event on a Utah Valley University Orem campus. The school wrote in a statement, "We are asking those still on campus to secure in place until wait, it just moved for some reason. We're in campus. We wrote statement. We are asking for those still on campus to secure in place until police officers can safely escort them off of campus. The campus was immediately evacuated and remains closed until further notice, and all classes have been canceled." So that is currently where we are at this moment in time. So there was initially a suspect that was in custody, and now that suspect, whoever that was, is now not in custody. So now it's nobody. So now it's an invisible person directly out there that did this, and don't nobody know who it was. Man, like I said, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. Don't know what to tell y'all. Don't know what to tell y'all. Like I said, I can only imagine when a lot of the conservatives, they are putting together some stuff, and they are going to be trying to go hard body as possible directly on this topic. When people want to talk about, oh, such and such is going to fuel the flames, I want people to understand. I want people to understand this happened directly in Utah. The population is somewhere in the 80 to 70 percentile Caucasian. The first person that they had directly in custody, that from other reports were stating that that was the person, has now magically been released. I'm a little bit confused on how you mistook him for the shooter. I'm confused. I don't even understand that. I'm like, how did that happen where he was the person? Let me go back to this video real quick. If this was not the person, how did he end up in custody? If this was not the person that did it, how did he end up in custody? And then on top of that, from the other article or the information that I read off to y'all guys earlier, they said that they were the person or whoever was supposedly on some building that was close to the college or adjacent or whatever it was, 200 foot away or whatever. Like, bro, this is sounding very familiar on how this took place. I'm just saying this is sounding very, very familiar. This is sounding very familiar. But the end result is that there's nobody in custody. And somebody has to explain to me, how is that possible? You got all of these people around there. You got a high-profile individual sitting there giving conservative talking points. Y'all done already sat up there and seen what took place before, directly with a sitting president. Now we got a conservative out here just talking, doing what he normally does, and this happens. And don't nobody know what happened. People are sitting up there filming. People are around. Don't nobody know no directions. The person is just, it's a hidden enemy. Come on, man. Yo, this don't even make no sense. This don't even make no sense. Wait. Oh, you talking, you respond to somebody else. I'm like, what? Oh, wait, let me just roll back to this. Hold on. Let me pull back up. Let me see. What else we got? I'm trying to look at your comments real quick. Lucky said it was a long range shot. Yeah, that's from the information that I saw earlier. That's from some of the information that I saw earlier. That it was from, some far off adjacent building or whatever on the place. Like I said, that's crazy, dog. That's 100% crazy how that happened. That's 100% crazy. And like I said, all of these people that's been sitting up here watching, dog, I'm waiting to sit up there and plan. This does not happen again. How you don't have repeats or copycats of this? Because like I said, the other thing that this is going to do is that this is going to embolden a lot of younger white conservatives to start saying even more stuff, because they're going to be like, yo, our lives are on the line. We're obviously speaking too much truth. We're getting too close to a point, and they're trying to thing is going Okay, there we go. Now I can sit up there and see everything. Okay. Yeah, so like I said before, just like Charlie Kirk and many others got their freedom of speech, I am free to not listen at all. It's that simple. I can either choose a debate or I can choose not to listen. That's simple. Going to the extent because you have a disagreement with somebody's point of view or it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Let's see, let me just remove that there and then put not the video file. Let me put I'll put the image directly back up there. There we go. Yo, yeah, you should be able to hear me. Should be able to hear me, know. Yo, are you able to hear me? Let me know. Because I'm looking roughly at I'm looking out here at the same time, and it seems like everything is showing up as it should be. I want to say. Okay, yeah. Okay, everybody said I'm going. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but like I said before, when it deals with the freedom of speech, people got the freedom to listen or to debate. That's it. It is very much that simple. I'm asking specifically for the white folks directly out there, like, yo, what is the plan? What do y'all got to make sure that this is not happening? I keep repeating myself for like the last like 2+ hours, and I have not received nothing. I received everything with ignorance. I received everything that is considered low IQ. I received everything that is considered trolling, racism, borderline racism, stereotypical, all that other. I received all of that other type of stuff, but I never received multitudes of comments talking about, okay, this is the plan that we're going to do. This is what we're going to enact and all this other type of stuff. That's some crazy work. That is some crazy work. Like I said, I don't know what to tell people, dog. For the white folks out there, dog. Hey, I do not know what to tell y'all, and I'm still waiting on an answer. The same way that y'all normally go to the black community and be like, yo, blacks, what are you guys going to do in your communities when it deals with Chicago, Detroit, when it deals with Atlanta and, Watts, California, and, all this other. I'm looking for the exact same thing. What are y'all going to do? And more specifically, what are you going to do to save yourself from yourself? That's all I'm saying. I want to say AV. Eva. You might have to write the pronounce it for. I'm just going to call you E for the moment of time because I ain't trying to butcher your name. You said that you were looking for a YouTuber who was talking about this video. Yeah. And this is why I talk to, this is why I tell a lot of people whenever they come to this platform, I'm like, dog, I cover a lot of different stories. I cover a lot of different issues. I cover a lot of different topics. And it's like, for the life of me, no matter what is actually covered or how it's covered, people are just like, nah, you're racist. I'm like, that don't make, if I was racist, I wouldn't be covering this. So I would not be covering this at all. I wouldn't be talking about it. I wouldn't be trying to hear people out when it deals with solutions. And like I said, for anybody who is in the comment section trying to celebrate, like, you know, y'all have lost your minds. I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real. The same way I look at racists when they sit up there and start talking crazy about black folks and they be celebrating and all the other type of, I'm looking at this the exact same way. Cause I'm like, dog, something is up. I don't know what's wrong with people about here. But like I said, at no point in time, at any moment, where is that comment that Gail just had directly up there? Where is, yeah, let me just put that directly up. I might just have to keep that up there. Because at no point in time do I condone any type of foolishness or nonsense when we are dealing with like a loss of life. Like, nah. Not at all. What is going on? Give me a second. Like I said before, I had somebody else. Oh, so it's pronounced. Okay, I got you. So you said it's pronounced heavy, but just without the H, so it's heavy. Okay, I got you. Yeah, like I said, I don't like butchering people's names. I try to shorten it because I'm like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. You know, heavy. Okay, I got you. I keep that in memory banks. I got you. Thank you for the correction. Sometimes I'm like not sure how to say it, but what was it? You said that I just like hearing myself talk. How is that? Like, that don't even make any type of sense. That don't even make any type of sense. How is it that I just only want to hear myself talk when I'm trying to ask? Like, dude, I'm asking a very logical question. Oh no, Evie, I had to take a call real quick. That's why I cut out. We good. But to the person I wrote this, the crime person, I'm asking a very logical question to the white folks out there, like, what are they going to do to prepare to make sure that none of their other conservative individuals, representatives, don't have to worry about a loss of life, don't have to worry about, you know, ending up in a hospital or anything like that. I'm asking a very sound and logical question. That's all I'm doing. I'm sitting here trying to have a conversation about a very serious topic, and I've been doing this for about a good 2 hours. Somebody said sounds robot tone. What you say? You said sounds like robot tone, bro. You got that pain flame thing going on. I don't even know what that means. No, yeah, you said on CBS News they said that Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's on screen. I got it directly on screen for people to see. I'm not sure where people are directly on a live stream. If people had just pulled up to the scene or how that's basically working. Well, like I said before, is anybody any white people up there? Somebody said, "Bro, can't read. I'm out." I don't even know what you're. Let me just help you out. I don't got time for nonsense. I don't got time for that. I'm just going to sit up there and get you up out of here myself. I'm just going to do it myself. For anybody that is saying that I'm going in and out, you may need to refresh the stream. Because I'm looking at it right now at about 5:14. They said that the audio stream's current bit rate is 0, which is lower than recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use an audio bit. Like I said, I'm not even sure how that's even taking place or happening, because that should not even be an issue or anything like that. But for whatever reason, at this moment in time, out of all the live streams, now we're dealing with sound problems. Now we're dealing with sound problems. So like I said, I just want to show people I've done a variety of live streams, hollering and yelling, going off and doing this and doing that. I ain't never had no sound issues. When I start talking about this issue, and I'm specifically asking white folks out there, what are y'all going to do to make sure of the safety of your people, which represent your viewpoints, the way that you see things? Now I'm having sound quality issues. That's a little bit suspicious. That's a little bit strange to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's some diabolical work. Yo, what is up, Tippy? Tippy said everything he said about black people. We should show sympathy when people not get excited over it, not celebrating it, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. Like I said before, I disagree with it. There's a whole lot of white folks directly out there. Whole lot of white folks. Like I said, as I told people before, I have an understanding of energy while other people don't. And when you happen to deliver a certain type of energy out there, it is not destroyed. It is transferred, right? It is put into a whole nother area. And whenever it is that you got a lot of folks that happen to say a lot of things historically and all this other type of, like I said, energy gets placed. It's like a whole spirit bomb. Like Goku raising his hands, give me all of your energy. It's that type of deal. The only difference is at this moment in time, you don't have there's not a Goku down there with his hands up to control where that's going to sit up there and fall. What's going to happen is that it's going to be delivered directly to the people who put the energy and place the energy directly up there. And that's the thing that a lot of folks don't even understand, especially a lot of racist folks that's directly online. Y'all don't even understand what it is that you are calling down upon yourselves at this moment in time. But don't even understand it, dog. And like I said, you've had black platforms for the longest time possible. Like case in point, you got the Hebrew Israelites. They've been sitting up there trying to tell y'all stuff for years, for decades. You got the honorable minister that's been trying to tell y'all stuff for years and decades. Y'all still ain't paying attention. Y'all still ain't listening. And like I said, it is not our job to sit up there and try to educate you on what it is that you're doing and how it is that's going to have a negative effect on you. It ain't going to be beneficial to you at all. Like, yo, it's crazy out here, dog. It is 100% crazy out here. Wait a minute. Janae Dixon, yo, bro, who you talking about? Who are you talking about that y'all just need to shut up? Who are in Miles? Do not ban her. Do not ban her. Leave her there. Leave her there. Who are you specifically talking to? Because this is what I set up there and told people before. Like, if you are realistically trying to say something, let me know. Like, if you talking to me, let me know that you're trying to have that conversation with me. Let me know. Because I'm just trying to sit up there and figure out. Because I hate when people want to generalize stuff and they don't want to be specific. They don't want to be direct. Somebody already got her out of there. Oh my God. Jesus. Well, Can't have that conversation now. But obviously, it was a Caucasian woman. And that was her opinion that y'all need to shut up. I just wanted to know who the y'all was. Because like I said, I hate when people generalize and they don't want to be specific. Just saying. Just saying. So I don't know who PH, I don't even know who you are. Like I said before, let me just go up real quick because obviously people don't understand some stuff. Let me just put that directly back up there. SEIJIHITO's channel does not promote nor condone violence in any way, shape, or form. I'm not sure what about that. People are not actually understanding. If you feel a certain type of way, that is directly on you as a solo individual. That is on you. That don't got nothing to do with me or this platform or any of my moderators. That is solely on you. Because like I said, I know how slick a lot of people like to sit up there and work out here and want to play certain things, and y'all want to play certain nah. Like I said, this is the message directly up there. And when I do the solo video, I'm going to make sure to put Gail's matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it right now, let me just do this. Let me just screenshot Gail's message so I can make sure when I place a solo video out there with all the information I went over, I'm going to make sure to have that rolling through the whole video so don't nobody try to jump stupid and try to make some falsified claims. Because like I said, I know how a lot of y'all work directly out here. That's crazy. That's some diabolical. You talking about some get on code, dog? Worry about yourself. How about the hold on. So don't again for the mods. Do not ban PH. PH, are you black American? Are you black American? Let me know that. Hold on. Okay, so she got unbanned. All right. Shout out to the mods. Somebody said, I don't think it's wrong y'all saying negative things about him. Just because you don't agree with his views and overall him don't mean that you got to say negative things, and even to the point of shooting. No, I get that, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, who were you talking about when you said, like, yo, y'all need to shut up? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who were you directing? Were you directing that towards me? Let me know. Let me know. I'm just trying to figure out because from my understanding of looking directly at you, you are a white woman with orange hair. There's tons of white people right now that are celebrating on X. Your energy is not needed here. You need to go on, on the whole thing on X, and you need to start writing that directly to your own people. Don't be writing that to me. Don't be writing that here. Bro, and like I said before, you got your energy is severely misplaced. You might be talking about like one person or whatnot or whatever. I'm talking about you got hundreds of thousands of people directly right now on X writing all types of memes. They sitting up there making all types of comments. So why are you not directing that energy that you're putting in this chat towards those white folks online? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if you do got somebody here that decided to say something in words, they're not wishing or praying the deceasement on somebody, whatever. Right? It's within the realm of like, hey, I disagree. Shut up, all this, whatever. Like I said, like, yo. Like I said, like, this is crazy. So PA said, bro, I follow that white boy. He promoted violence on us in every corner. You said that you're Black American, all the other type of good stuff. So, well, he probably disappeared. He said, 1 sec. I gotta go help my Black American daughter with her homework. What time is it right now? It's 5:32. I could have. Yeah, y'all got it. So, all right. Whatever. Like I said before, the whole thing. Where is that? Where? Wait. You put pH in a Bermuda triangle. Ah, man, I had a whole thing I was going to sit up there and basically saying all this because I hate when people try to sit up there and tell me that I need to sit up there and get on code. I'm like, dog, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what people want me to sit up there and do. Like I've covered a variety of topics, Republicans, Democrats, maybe some little bit of independents, like here and there, and cover stories all around the world and all this other type of stuff. Try to make it as equal as possible so that people can actually get to a point and understand, get to a middle ground. Like y'all don't want to say nothing. Don't want to sit up there and see nothing. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy to me. Like I said, to see comments like this, even on my play, I don't care who he was talking to. I don't need to sit up there and see that comment directly up here because, like I said, if you're saying that to my moderators, you obviously saying that to me. That's the way I sit up there and take it. I don't care who he was pointing that to. That was a moderator. What you talking to me too? So now we got a problem. Now we got a problem, and this is the issue that I have with a lot of folks directly out here. I'm not even going to sit up there and go there right now because they ain't even a conversation. It's not even a conversation. But like I said before, dog, like it's crazy. Mo said he was talking to you. He's talking to me too. He's talking directly to me too. Y'all are part of this channel. He's talking directly to me too. Like I said, I don't like when people want to be indirect. If you actually got a problem, you need to sit up there and have a conversation with me. Don't be trying to sit up there and say some stuff to a lot of my moderators. They like y'all wouldn't be moderators if I didn't think that y'all were basically here. If y'all understood certain things, we ain't doing that. We are not doing that. Like the same way that y'all sit up there and be, over time y'all done went tooth and nail and all this other type of stuff. Even before y'all was moderators, directly in the comment sections on here, that's the exact same thing that I do whenever it is that we have these conversations here. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. So like I said before, I would love it because I'm the one talking. My moderators, they don't have a mic up here. They're not sitting up here talking. So if you got a problem directly with my moderators, you can kindly have and point that conversation directly to me, which is the person that can actually respond to you. We can have that conversation. I tend to oblige a lot of people that come directly up here and decide that they want to say whatnot or whatever whenever we had these topics. Like I said, hey, and I'm going to repeat again, however it is that a lot of y'all folks pulling up directly to the scene talking, hey, that's how you going to sit up there and move. That's on you. But I'm going to just put this directly up there for YouTube purposes at this moment in time because for whatever reason, people like to play games. Gail Jones has stated SEIJIHITO's channel does not promote nor condone violence in any shape, form, or fashion. So I'm just going to put that up there because continuously I keep seeing y'all pull up to the scene saying this, that, and the third. We're not about to be going by no by proxy stuff and all this other. We're not about to be doing that. Y'all ain't about to be playing no games up here like that. That's crazy. That is diabolical. So now let me go to X right now. Let me go to the newer post, 96K on the post. Let me see. Yep, like I said, there's a whole bunch of white folks right now still with memes. You got others giving condolences, and you got others sitting up there saying a whole bunch of stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. They arrested that dude like his pants were basically falling. I just want to know, why was his pants falling down? So I'm looking at the video again, and it's a longer form of the video. I'm not going to sit up there and put that one up there because they might try to say indecent exposure or something like that. But the video of the guy that I had earlier that was in police custody, it's a longer video of him. And when police basically has him, he's tripping and walking multiple times because his pants are not even like fully tied. Like his belt, I'm not even sure what would even happen with that. Some people are saying that the shot came from a high power rifle about 200 yards away. Like I said, I'm trying to figure this out. Jesus. Woo! Woo, that was a clip, man. Woo, that was way worse. That was way worse than what I thought. Woo, boy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was. Yeah, it was. It. Yeah, man. That was not even possible. He was. Yeah. Yeah. Woo, boy. I don't know who. Man, that video is crazy. Everything I saw was a little bit blurry and a little bit far back. Woo, boy. Ooh, boy. Woo. But yep, you got a lot of people online. Like I said, for the white folks up there that come directly through here and want to say this, that, and the third, dog, take all of that energy to the white folks that I'm looking at right now. Right now, I mean right now on X, and have that same energy with them. That's all I'm saying. Have that energy with them. It was a girl with the rainbow hair profile pic that said it. I can't remember her name because I reported her and it disappeared. Sorry for the confusion, guys. Wait, what? What are we even talking about here? He said, I get that and I apologize. I just don't think that it's right to wish anyone of any race to like I said, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking like they got let me tell you something right now. Let me just show you something real quick on X what is trending. Everything on X that is trending at this moment in time is specifically about Charlie Kirk. Let me just give it to anybody that's white directly in this live stream. Let me just point y'all to some information. If you feel a certain type of way about it and you want to specifically go at people that you feel are saying the wrong things, go through all of those posts. And I promise you'll find them because I see them. I can't post it because I know that somebody in the background is waiting for me to post something to try to make insinuations. You ain't gonna catch me slipping like that. We ain't doing that. Like I said before, you got all of these. Charlie Kirk, the main one, 3.29 million posts. That went up as soon as the news came out that he had passed. Then you got the other post that they got with the 7,000 talking about he's deceased. Then you got another post down there that says assassinate 104K. I promise you, under every single one of those posts and more that are directly down there, you will see white folks up there celebrating, making videos. There are videos on TikTok right now. Like I said, there's a variety of areas of which that y'all need to be placing this type of energy directly at. It ain't here. It ain't here. Like, that is crazy to me. And I'm still trying to figure out So who is the person that did this? Like, there was no triangle, like what do they say, triangulation that somebody could like make and try to figure out where the shot specifically came from, where the shooter was, and all that. Like nobody's figuring that out. We can figure out all these other crimes, right? Whenever it's somebody black, magically, oh, we got the person. We got him. We got several people. Now, when it's here in Utah, they don't got nobody. They had somebody, but then they released them. So now there's nobody. Nobody knows any out of all of the people that's there in the surrounding. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody was looking outside. Nobody was watering the grass. Nobody was taking pictures of the clouds. Nobody was in the airplane. Nobody was doing like nothing. Nobody knows nothing about who did this. Man, come on now. That is wild to me. That is wild to me. Like I said before, I'm all for freedom of speech, even if I disagree with it. And a lot of times I highly disagree with it. But I ain't about to be sitting up there going to the point of doing nonsense like this. Like I said, that is wild. Like I said, people got memes already out here. Yep, I'm sitting up here looking at memes. People that made AI memes. Yep. Wait, what did somebody say? Somebody said, why are far right conservatives in this chat? I thought they had black fatigue. Hey, I don't know. Tippy said exactly. They claim black people are the worst, but the white guy did it, and people, right? Somebody said just arrived. What is going on? I mean, it's in the title. It's directly in the title of the live stream. Whatever the main topic, which has pretty much been the main topic, pretty much the whole duration of the 2 hours and 38 minutes. Sonny said, "Be careful, family." Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And somebody said, didn't something similar happen to two lawmakers? I did pass by a story on X where somebody had mentioned that it was a guy who was caught when it deals with the what you're mentioning right there. Like I said, this is crazy, dog. That's all I'm saying at the end of the day. And all I'm looking for is a solution. And like I said, the whole conversation was trying to be just as logical, just asking for a simple solution. Never got it. For about a good 2 hours and 39 minutes. Never got it. You said, "Oh, sorry, wasn't online. I just read it and saw the video on Twitter." Yeah, no problem. I got you. Yo, what is up, Sam? You said, was he debating on a college campus with them kids again when this happened? Yeah, he normally does like the college campus type of deal and all the other type of stuff. And again, people who don't know how to just simply disagree decided that this is what they wanted to do. Like I said, this is going to have repercussions that are unforeseen, and I'm talking about for everybody. For everybody, don't be too surprised if you start hearing about some brand new laws or whatnot or whatever being passed. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come directly from this moment. This is going to be a moment that people are going to look back on, and like I said, this is going to be one of those moments because this is like the second time This is the second time. Sean said, I wonder if it was a Caucasian Republican trying to start something. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, at this moment in time, they said that they have somebody and then they don't have somebody. So, like I said, I don't know who to tell you at this moment on who did it. Like we had a thought or a theory from information that was specifically up there about like an hour plus ago. And then that information directly changed where I think I posted that directly to you guys where they said that the person, yeah, this one right here, where it said that the Utah Valley University confirms that the suspect initially in custody released. Right. So I got video of somebody in custody, but now they're saying that that's not the guy. But I'm like that. So why were you dragging him out? Why was his pants basically down and he was stumbling? Like I'm a little bit confused. Like I don't understand. Like the dude was basically getting dragged, while being in handcuffs, and he was getting dragged because he couldn't walk properly because his pants were at his ankles. Tomorrow said I was listening to his interview, and when it happened, it was just during the time a question was asked about the school incidences. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Like I said, we're going to see how this plays out on if they ever happen to capture or have any type of leads on who this person. They better have some leads because they got to sit up there and get somebody real quick because you got a lot of conservatives out there that are already thinking, their minds are already racing, are already running. All they need is for somebody to give the wrong information and for that to be pushed out 99 different times for things to start running amok on the loose. So, like I said, they better figure out something real quick. It's crazy. Somebody said, why does it have to be a conservative? I was just responding to a question. Yo, I'm just going to tell you for GC, dog, don't be spamming, son. Don't do that. I'm just going to let you know, do not spam. You can clearly see the comment directly up in there. You wrote it 3 times. Don't be spamming. Like I said, that is some crazy stuff out there. Well, the best thing I can set up there, the same exact thing that I set up there and said before. For who? Let me just make sure. I'm not exactly what area. I'm guessing that you're not Black American anyway. The main thing that I stated before is that for the white men out there that are currently listening, list me a plan on what y'all have to make sure that things like this don't happen again. This is the umpteenth time that we didn't have things like this take place and happen. And y'all have no laws, y'all have no type of rules and regulations, there's no type of plan, there's no type of fortification, there's no type of defense. I'm not seeing or hearing out of all of the posts that I've literally went through on X, I'm not seeing no white folks out here talking about a plan, talking about having town hall meetings, talking about how problematic this is, talking about we need to stop this now. I don't see none of that. Like I said, I as a Black American man, I'm just asking a very simple question. That's all I'm doing. And I'm still not receiving anything at all. Anything at all close to a response. And I'm like, and for me, that's crazy. Michelle Wilson said, "Do away with guns." Okay, that is a plan. But the moment in time, let's say if anything goes wrong with, let's say, forces trying to get into your house, or other people who have guns, let's say like the police, military, things like that. Let's say that they're trying, like you're not going to have a 100% way to defend yourself, right? There is no 100% way, but you're not going to have a way to, defend yourself if you, let's say, if you have foreign entities come directly into the United States and start running amok. Now you're defenseless. You're not going to have nothing. What, you going to have a golf club and a baseball bat when other people are coming through with, vest on and all this, like, again, a plan. That's all I'm saying. You gotta come through with something better than that. Somebody said, "Bro, we had 2 Democrats get assassinated 2 months ago, and we said something then." Who is we though? Who? I need you to be very specific. If I'm speaking directly to, and I'm like, "Yo, white people, white men, white community," if I'm being very specific, I need you to let me know specifically who are you talking about? Who is the we that you're talking about? I don't. That could be a multitude of people. That could be people from all over the planet. That's not very specific to me. Like I said, I'm having a very direct conversation. I'm talking very direct pretty much throughout this whole live stream. And that's exactly what I told about. If I'm being very direct, I expect you to be very direct when you give your responses. Don't make a generalized statement. Be very direct, like, "Hey, says, hey, we as such and such and such said this." Somebody said, "Well, I'm on oxygen. I can't defend crap." Nobody's talking about people on extenuating circumstances. I don't know why people do it. Nobody's talking about nobody on extenuating circumstances. That's to the side. clearly talking about everybody else. Talking about everybody else. That's extenuating health circumstances. Extenuating health circumstances. Anybody who is like elderly, anybody who has like respiratory breathing, they're on like oxygen tanks, pacemaker, anything that is and that's a severe health condition because you need the oxygen in order to move to and from and all this other. Y'all are directly to the side. Ain't nobody trying to sit up there and pull y'all into the fray, into any type of fight. Ain't nobody trying to sit up there and talk about that, right? I'm talking to everybody else that is able-bodied, that is directly out there. Shine said, "I got to bounce. Much love. Stay safe, everyone." All right. Much love, respect, and appreciation to you as well. Michelle said she more than likely is on oxygen because of smoking. That's tough. That is, that is tough. That is tough. But yeah, like I said before, that's all I was looking for. Talking about the situation, talking about the story, try to keep people as up to date as possible as things were, currently going. And from the moment in time that it technically took place and happened, we knew the situation. And then about another hour later, we found out that he didn't make it. Michelle Woodson said, "I know that, but I still think the general public does not need guns." I get that. But my thing is, how are you going to sit up there and, well, I not you in a sense, because like you said, you're, on oxygen and everything. But what I'm saying is, for everybody else directly out there, how would people defend themselves versus outside forces or forces that basically mean you harm? If we were to wipe away guns, right? how would anybody defend themselves from somebody trying to break in? Because the craziest part is when you think about anything dealing with guns, it's more so restrictive on those who are able to go out there and buy them. Criminals are always going to have guns. They're always going to have the means and the ways to get weapons that they shouldn't get. Right now, you got all types of as they like to say, ne'er-do-wells, directly on the streets that got weapons that are military grade weapons. And it's like, how did you get, like, those shouldn't even be out there on the streets, but yet they got them. So that's what I'm sitting up there saying. So it's like, you're going to have a lot of average everyday people out here defenseless, more and more defenseless, but yet you got the criminals out there more and more, able to be on the attack, more and more to do what it is that they want to sit up there and do without anything, in a sense, stopping them or having them second guess. Like I said, there are a lot of dangers directly out here if, people that shouldn't have stuff have it, or people that are mentally imbalanced. I get that. That is understandable, but that's just a consequence of stuff that people are going to have to sit up there and deal with, just to be real. Like, at no point in time can you sit up there and allow fear to overtake to the point where you're just like, all right, I'm just going to leave everything fully defenseless. Right? You never want to sit up there and be at that point. The moment in time that you're at that point, it's over. It is over for everything. You don't have no type of free speech. You don't have anything to protect you. You can't even protect yourself. It's over. You are now in a society where you're going to be ruled 1000% over, and you have no free will no more. Because you have nothing to stop. Like, you just have nothing. You have nothing. Like, you have nothing to oppose outside forces. Like I said, you can have people that can come from whole other types of like countries or whatnot come directly in, and it's like, how are American people going to defend themselves? How are you going to stop those opposing forces from the outside of the United States coming in to invade, to impose their will? You're not. You're just going to have to sit up there and just lay down and just take it. You said that my reasoning is personal because my biological mother would still be here. I understand that. I get that. Trust me, I can empathize and sympathize directly with that. Everybody has directly gone through gun crime in some way or another. But again, those are personal reasons. And within those personal reasons, we attach emotions directly to it. And because we feel a certain type of way, we want other people to have the understanding and feel that exact same type of way as well too, on top of potentially even having the exact same thought process. So like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword when things like that take place and happen. Like I said, it's a balancing act that is going to be forever. Before we even had guns, people were using knives. Before we had knives and swords, people were using sticks. Before that, people were using stones. Right? Didn't Cain slew Abel with a stone? With a rock? But we didn't outlaw rocks, though. And that's biblical in nature. He took out his own brother with a stone. We got stones everywhere, but we're not trying to sit up there and get rid of rocks. We're not trying to outlaw those. We're not trying to have laws to sit up there and tell people never pick up rocks. If you pick up a rock, you're going directly to... We're not doing that. Like, the craziest part that I don't think a lot of people even understand is that we got weapons directly out here that are biological in nature, where you can have the tip of a pen with a certain type of chemical on it and put it in water, and that can take out 1,000 people, if not more, in a town. But then you got everybody worried about guns. But we got chemicals out here that can be the size of the tip of a pen and take out thousands of people instantly. There is no fix for that. There is no real type of protection from that. All of our water sources are vulnerable. We got water and vegetables. Our vegetation is vulnerable. There's so many things that can sit up there and happen that can easily sit up there and just bow. You can't fix it. You can't undo it. Like I said, I get the personal reasons. I understand it. I grew up Born and raised in Detroit. I understand. I get it. I've literally seen it. I've heard and seen the aftermath directly of it. Been around it. So I get having personal reasons. I really do. Trust me, I empathize and sympathize directly with you. But also at the same time, people need to have the right to be able to protect themselves. You know how many things that women have to go through on an everyday basis? When you got a variety of men out here that mean them harm, and you already got women out here defenseless. But if a lot of women out here had weapons to protect themselves, like what I advocate for, a lot of those dudes would second guess because they ain't about to sit up there and like really risk their life. It's like, yo, I'm about to sit up there and like really rob. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I think she got a gun. You know what? Let me try to pick somebody else. Let me look for a grandma down the street somewhere with a little, you know, nickel change bag somewhere. Let me go for her. I'm not about to sit up there. No, I care a little bit too much about my life. I want to risk it, but I care too much about my life to really risk it that far. Like I said, there's a lot of people that second guess a lot of situations because somebody else got a weapon directly on them. So like I said, my condolences to the loss of life that took place in your family. My condolences. But I say again, people need to have the right to be able to defend themselves from any and all sources that mean them harm. I've covered too many stories detailing on women, on how they're being followed, they're being tracked. You got guys and other people out here putting air tags on women's cars. They're putting chemical rags and whatnot under doors and all this other type of stuff to get women. Because they already look at women as weak anyway. And I said before to a lot of women, if you got people out here, men out here that view women as weak, fine, so be it. Let them fall directly into that trap. And then you sit up there and pull out Dirty Harry, and now he's 6 feet somewhere, but you're still alive. That's how I look at it. That's how I view it. That's the reality that should be happening. But, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just me. Gail said, Cedric, are you going to... Wow. No, I'm not, Gail. No, I'm not. Michelle said, I didn't meet her until I was in my 20s. My youngest daughter, who was in her 30s, did not get a chance to meet her. I got you. Sonny said so many people would have gotten seriously hurt all because of the white American LARP lifestyle. But yeah, like I said before, I don't know. Like I said, it's a balancing act that people got to be very good at trying to balance. Like I said, there's not in a sense like a wrong or a right way to in a sense deal with it. And if people are not able to defend themselves, it's going to be all types of problems. That's going to embolden a lot more criminal activity from people from all over to do the things that they necessarily wouldn't normally do if people were able to defend themselves. Right? So, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I know a lot of people have a lot of feelings directly about it on the situation. I get it, I understand it, but you know, like I said, it's something that is needed. It's something that's needed. But yeah, I want to say I think technically that's about it. Before the live stream basically changes into a whole different type of thing. Shout out to all 62 concurrent viewers at this moment in time, and also shout out to all. Is that the clear number right there? Shout out to all 25,689 people that have pulled directly up to the live stream. Much love, respect, and appreciation for everybody being here. Shout out to anybody who donated through the live stream. D Money said, just saw the video. Yeah, that was. If you saw the clear video, it's like, ooh, that was, whoo, boy, that is something. You said, man, I can't even do it right now. Can't even do it right now. Like I said, I try to realistically keep stuff as serious as possible. To keep it, directly to a point, so that everything can stay directly on the. I got you in another live stream. I'll start off the live stream with the song that you're talking about. I got you in the next live stream. But yeah, like I said before, all of this is crazy, and I will have a single formatted video with the information that I provided directly in front of you guys. So just in case, if people don't want to sit through like 2 hours and listen to me yammer, I got you in a shorter form content video. I'll probably try to at least have it about like 8 minutes, 8 maybe like less minutes or whatnot, whatever. It shouldn't even realistically be long unless I'm reading from like a lot of articles and trying to give point by point, hour by hour type of information. So yeah, much love, respect, and appreciation for anybody that came directly by. Shout out to anybody who donated to the chat. Shout out to, as D Money would normally say, shout out to the regulars. Shout out to any of the members. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Shout out to all my beautiful and wonderful moderators directly out here that do the Lord's work every single day. Shout out to all the patrons directly out there, and shout out to anybody who's a new subscriber as well. Much love, respect, and appreciation. So yeah, we're going to keep track, and if I happen to get any further updates, I will update it after the initial video that I just so happened to post. But anyways, peace, love, and I will catch you guys in the next video and or live stream. Peace out.